Blowjobs are a no for me.
It is a skill. It is a practice skill. It is a necessary skill. Ooh, great blowjob.
Secret to a great blowjob is saliva, saliva, saliva.
It's important for us to learn from this because I think we lose because we beat ourselves.
You need to swallow it too.
I understand the problem here.
The people don't understand esophagus is the main player of the game.
Try to stay away from it as much as I can.
You can start by licking the tip.
I didn't understand it, but
Patrick Agumon to Bambi or a newborn giraffe or what?
All right, welcome to Straight Red Card. Kind of funny that even Lawless is about 1 millimeter from calling Agumon a baby giraffe on the show today or yesterday. Well, I mean, he was basically like saying he could barely walk, let alone run or stand. Yeah, that's getting really close to what we were saying with our metaphor. So, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's the issue with us, is that we come up with these colorful metaphors, and we're a little vulgar at times, but then you know what? The mainstream people say the exact same shit in the end.
Say me, but when I'm watching, probably when I'm watching Law's show these days, like I did today when I got home from work, I'm kind of like, he's kind of changed. Something about him's changed. Yeah, it's like he's like more rational than ever about soccer and soccer takes. It's like, what's going on here? Like,
he's accepting the State of the Union podcast, YouTube as is. This is my beast. This is my control.
His top 5 strikers, at least the top 4 of them, were completely rational. Absolutely, like usually in the old days.
Wait, where did Jesus Ferreira fall in there?
He didn't. That's the thing. Like in the old days, he'd throw a Jesus in there.
So, but that is Fox broadcast lawless, because when you're covering the Gold Cup, and that's your big baby, because obviously somebody else has the World Cup or whatever, other people have this or whatever. You got to start hyping it up. So Jesus Ferreira gets two hat tricks in a row, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, this guy number two for us.
All I can say is we've come a long ways from when Fox pushed the Gold Cup squad of MLSers as great players, did features on them, mentioned they were in the top 2 or 3 best strikers. We've come a long way from there. So that's good to know. Although he still had Agumon at 5, although he criticized him at the same time he put him 5.
But I mean, when you get to the 5th spot, I really feel like you're just splitting hairs and you're picking whoever you like most that doesn't necessarily belong there. Now, I'm not saying Patrick doesn't belong there. I'm just saying you have the top 3. I think are synonymous for most people. I mean, a lot of people are going to throw Sarge further and further down, but
he's still out of 3.
For most people, I mean, you got to look at what Pepe, Flo, or Sarge.
He had Pepe, Flo, Sarge, right.
Fair enough.
Then Agumon. I see Spencer Doherty's chiming in with Charlie Kelman. Let's see how he does this season, Spencer.
He's in the league with the rest of our strikers.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that QPR didn't say, you know what, we're going to hold on to this guy.
Yeah,
he's steady. I can't remember the team now that he went to.
How weird is that every single striker that's vying for that 3rd striker role is in the championship right now?
Yeah, I mean, they're all there, so it's going to be
Haji, Damian Downs, Agumon, I guess now Charlie.
It's going to be apples to apples, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out.
And it's bad luck for Patrick though, man, because he's out injured until mid-October, into October range. So he's already going to lose like 3 months of scoring. And if Sarge continues to score the way he's doing right now, he's got one per game.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll have 40 goals by the end of the season.
Did you
That's a lot.
catch? Did you catch the little photo I sent you of our comment section of the guy complaining that
You sent it. You sent it to me, but I do not have it pulled up. No.
Well, we should do that because
All right.
that's. Listen, I'm all for criticism. We take criticism here, but that criticism was off the chart stupidity. First of all,
was that from our last show?
Yeah. So I'm sorry, somebody put Pierre up, and we mistakenly read it as Pierre, number one. And second of all, like, okay, this is a next pro player. You want me?
You keep talking about it. I'm not going to have it pulled up in time.
All right. Well, anyhow, before you do that, I do want to say everybody needs to pitch in and send YouTube a message about Pete's account. He's obviously been hacked.
You son of a beach.
And
just keep jumping around.
Oh, I didn't know you'd have a clip of that. But
I got the thing pulled up here. Boom.
So Pete's been basically taken over by a crypto bot for a week. And he's actually talked to people at YouTube, had a discussion. And they are saying he's not been, his account's been hacked.
He's been conversing with them for over a week now. And YouTube says, since you're already in touch with creator support, it's best to continue your convo with them.
With idiots.
They specialize in the kind of concern you have with the best resources, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
He should continue to talk to morons. Yes.
I said, YouTube, what's the holdup? It's clear this isn't his content. Just reset his password and let him have his account back.
It's so simple.
It's crypto.
So
come on, dude.
Go on X and at YouTube and have Pete set free. Set free, Pete free.
Untouchable says he should show them his commercial. He's kind of a big deal, guys. YouTube, where are you at?
Yes.
This is the Pete.
He just did a commercial that was broadcasted on my
Strong
Roku. My Roku.
Says, AI is great. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. This person right here is not a person. It is AI. It's an AI bot that literally just looks through your response and has a set response for you. Oh, you're already in contact. Great. You should keep doing that.
Oh, we're going and we are heading into a world where customer service will not exist. You can get your Uber, all right, your food delivered to you from whatever site you want to use. It could be a completely misdone order. And guess what? When you try to call McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever place.
I see that you've received your order. You should take it up with the Uber Eats guy. He's already gone.
He's already gone. And number two, you're not going to talk to a real person. You cannot call McDonald's anymore. You cannot call Taco Bell. You cannot call Wendy's. You cannot call any of these stores and say, hey, I just had an order at your store and it's wrong. I'd like to get it fixed and changed, please. Thank you. You guys screwed up my order. Mm-hmm. Can't do it. They don't care, number one. And customer service. Man, you're just another brick in the wall for them, dude. You're just another marble in the bag. You're just, that's all you are.
Your AI talk to my AI.
Yeah, exactly. We're in a scary place if we keep going in that direction.
Yes, those bots will transact with crypto. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's clearly a bot that's taken over Pete's account. Somebody created to broadcast that. And they're saying, hey, YouTube, let this slide for a couple of weeks. Here's 470 seconds.
Yeah, we'll give you some of the profits. We'll give you some crypto. Spencer Doherty says, I called Meyer and had to jump through 10 hoops to even talk to a customer service person at my location in Muncie. Yeah, you were better off to just drive there and talk to somebody because calling them is ridiculous. It's an absolute loser game.
It's like, the automated responses are always like, say a few words to tell me what you're wanting to accomplish. Agent. I see that you want to talk to somebody. Can you provide me some more details so I can better help you? Agent.
No.
Agent. I'll connect you to an agent.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you just stick to your guns and just keep saying it, even AI will be like, fuck this guy.
Yep. Finally, they'll give in. Like, this person's serious. And by the way, tonight I'm drinking the ultimate golden monkey from Victory right here. It's another Belgian ale, a golden Belgian, and it's 9.5 alcohol by volume. It's one of my other favorite domestics. It's not as good as Three Philosophers, but it's pretty darn good, right? I'd say it's pretty good. All right, even Brett likes this one.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I had no idea the gay red card show was on tonight.
Who told you we were gay?
No. We announced we're straight, apparently.
I mean, it's really difficult for people to find that out these days. That's something we've definitely buried long ago. When we left, what was the band we were in? The Village People. Yeah. We totally went straight and tried to bury our history with the Village People. I don't know. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with it either. So what? I was gay for a while, and then I married somebody and had kids.
You were experimenting in your college years. Everybody's saying that Jake the Snake is messing with Pete right now. I don't think it's Jake.
Tony said he meant Happy. Happy.
Yes, it's true.
Yes.
The Happy Red Card podcast.
The very jocular TSRC podcast. Yes, we are jocular. Mm-hmm. Very jocular.
So many ways we can go about this that might get us canceled. Not with our chat. Our chat will be fine with it, but
yeah, no kidding.
Something's gonna get clipped, and no, don't go down that route.
Yeah. Well, speaking of gay, while we're on it, I did have somebody send me a message that said, "Hey, you know the thing where you were thinking maybe Landon Donovan in your intro was, maybe the other angle that you didn't notice that you have there is that after she says swallow it and he says, I don't see the problem, it's because he's really good at that." That's he's saying, I don't see the problem because he's really good at doing what she just said to do. I didn't think of that angle.
Or maybe he just prefers his ladies of the night to do that.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But then
it could go either way is what you're saying.
Right. It could go either way. It could swing both ways, if you know what I mean.
It's ambiguous. We leave it for you to decide.
Giggity. All right.
So I guess while we're on that kind of topic.
Oh, yeah, let's hit it. Hit that.
Chris Gary sends us this weather report saying, hey, thoughts are with everyone in Taiwan. Apparently they're getting hit by a double typhoon. Double typhoon. Look at that.
Very small penis, large balls.
Right up the keister.
Yeah. Yeah. That's quite an odd shaped one.
It gets super thin as it goes up.
Almost like a pig penis.
At least it's not like a duck's.
Like this squiggly little dinky thing.
That's what the ducks are like that too. That's like 20 feet.
I've never blown a duck before, so.
So you've blown a pig, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
You experiment with many ladies in the 90s. I understand.
Man, yes, I did. All right.
Poor Taiwan. Hopefully everybody's okay.
All jokes aside, yes. Yeah. Why does Derek
you cannot read that?
Pig? Why does Derek know what a pig penis looks like? Because I studied biology. That's why.
All right. I'm going to go out on a limb and think Zachary Lecca is being sarcastic.
They were talking about.
They're talking about this next pro dude.
Come on, guys! You don't know these players?
Yeah, I'm thinking he's being sarcastic. I think you took that personal. I'm reading it as sarcasm.
Well, put a smiley face and a wink after it or something. I don't know you from a hole in the walls.
That's fair.
Zachary
Lecca. I mean, it's fair. He has a fair point because even Derek's like, whenever I post stuff, and Derek's like, "Dude, you gotta post something. Make sure people know you're being sarcastic."
Yes,
he gets my sarcasm, but other people don't. Like, why are people Why are people not believing me when I say this? You know,
Why are people taking me seriously when I'm joking? Well, they don't know you from a hole in the wall.
now they do.
Yes, exactly, because now they think you're an idiot. But that's kind of the problem. And so I was thinking last night, this guy's an idiot. He expects us to know this next pro player. We have never come on this show and claimed we have any expertise with next pro. Outside of
I think the only time I've ever talked about next pro is the 2 or 3 games that Chicago 2 team played in the Open Cup last year.
Yeah.
Aside from that, no, I have not.
Right. So there you go. We don't know the next pro guys at all. Maybe 4 of them, maybe a little more than that, but I don't know this Neil Perry pure guy or whatever. I don't know. And if the fact that he's 18 already, I believe, and he's still playing with Next Pro, he's a grown man with hair on his nuts, doesn't sound really promising to me.
Yeah, he's playing against 15-year-old Kevin Sullivan.
Mm-hmm. Sure, that makes him look, well, playing against younger players in general probably makes you look better, but there are grown men in Next Pro. Remember, they canceled that whole, it's just going to be young players.
But I feel like 90% of Next Pro is still under 23.
It is. Yeah. And it shouldn't be under 20. It should be under 18. Come on.
Yeah,
you're 23 years old. You're still playing Next Pro. How many late bloomers are there? Really in soccer? There are not many. I guess, fine. You're holding on that this 20-year-old has some epiphany at age 25 and suddenly is good enough for your MLS team. But probably by the age of 23, he's still playing on your Next Pro team. It's not going to be good enough for your MLS team.
Untouchable.
Rare. Very rare.
Remember when Pulisic sat out the summer so he could be healthy for the season? Oh, boy.
Yep, that didn't work.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yep, that didn't work.
He got to play mini golf. You know, had dinners with the families. Stuff you can't do when you're playing with the U.S. men's national team.
He pulled that muscle getting on a horse, I hear. All right, so, I mean, mounting a horse. No, that doesn't sound good either.
That sounds awful too, yeah. Wing his leg. Oh, no. But yeah, Zekering Leka, I get your humor.
Glad you think it's humor. I was thinking, wow, this guy really expects us to know all these players in the Next Pro?
He's in chat.
Hey,
This is the weird thing about YouTube right now, because people are, when you're posting your comments, they aren't posting your name. So, like, you're not seeing, like, Alex Gavin. You're not seeing Untouchables. You're seeing whatever their email address is, practically.
Yeah.
At whatever it is, or their handle, I guess. It's their handle,
sure.
But yeah, so, but it's just like, that's annoying. YouTube fix it. Let's start tagging YouTube. So, hey, fix Pete's situation. Fix the freaking names on YouTube.
Yeah, that would be a start.
The stupid thing.
I get the distinct feeling they don't give a shit. I don't know about you.
They're sitting there going like, you know what this is right here?
That's a little booger. That's about what we think of you. Yes.
World's smallest violin.
Yes.
That's the actual.
Or
I like your little booger. I like your little booger reference.
You're a little booger to us. You're a little booger. By the way, the 130 of you already here. Not even 20 minutes in. We appreciate it. Yes, we will get to soccer at some point. And I don't know how long it's going to be because I don't have any fluff. So it's all on Brett.
We got plenty to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about.
As Alexi Lawless says, hey, what's everybody yelling about?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
basically what we're covering. We're covering Lawless's Twitter handle basically at this point.
What's getting older? Him doing that every day or me putting out every post about our show with a stepsister comment in it?
I think they're both classics.
Okay, good. All right, fine. We'll just
Strong
keep
says
doing
Brett ought to have a background of a barn. Is that an Indiana joke? I mean, I swear to God.
Brett does have barns around him, but they're not used anymore. Like they're just now. Yeah, they're turned into houses. Like that whole area out there in Noblesville, it's big, gigantic suburbia.
I want to bitch about progress in Noblesville. They're 146th Street. I'm sorry for all you non-Hoosiers. You're not going to get any of this references here. But 146th Street is under construction right there at Allisonville, and it's down to 1 lane. So I can't shoot across that way. But I can't shoot across 32, 38 through downtown Noblesville because 32 is under construction.
Yes, it is.
So now they're funneling everybody down 38.
And it's a
clusterfuck. It is a shit fucking show. And there's construction there.
Yes, there is.
Oh, my God.
It's like, can we do one at a time?
Yeah.
One at a time. East-west, one at a time. All right? And when one's done, then you move to the next one. So
the next one, yeah.
There's always 2 avenues that are free and clear. And then when you're done with that one, you move to one. And there's always 2 out of the 3 going east-west that you can use. They're idiots. Let's just say it like it is. They're morons. All right.
It's like they really don't think about anybody going east and west.
Yeah. All right.
But there's construction everywhere. Indiana's just known for having orange barrels everywhere.
Well, 465's been under construction for what, 20 years?
Well, I-69 was under construction for like 2 fucking decades.
Yeah.
All they did was add an extra fucking lane and an off-ramp at 106th Street. That was literally it.
Yep.
What did they do? What did they do?
Took them 10 years. 10 years.
God.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Let's go. Let's do it.
More humorous note.
Okay.
Apparently, Americans' use of alcohol is decreasing.
Not on this show.
Fucking Generation Z and millennials, you late millennials. Let me rephrase that, because early millennials, like this guy right here, / late Gen Xers, depending on who you follow on those things, drink plenty. We drink plenty.
A lot of kids, my younger son's age, 26, 20, they don't drink. I don't know if you know that.
Fucking prudes.
I mean, I understand why Nick doesn't want to drink, right? Because he saw what it did to family members. So not me, but others. So, all right. Alcohol is terrible for you unless you're doing a show about 2 guys sitting at a bar talking about soccer, which is what this show is.
Do you want to live to be 97?
No.
Hoping you get to the toilet fast enough before you shit yourself? Or do you want to just pass away like at 82, knowing that you enjoyed life, drinking, smoking, eating red meat?
I think, frankly, Brad, if I make it to 82, that would probably be also that's probably pretty ambitious on my part. I don't think 82 is in my bag for me here. All right.
That's fair. But the point being is that you have one life to live. Unless you believe in reincarnation, you have one life to live. You might as well live it up and enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, within reason.
Sure.
Right. Don't go out and shoot heroin and have sex with prostitutes.
Snorting cocaine off of a prostitute's ass. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. But,
don't do it often, I guess.
Within reason. Excess of anything is bad. You wake up, you start drinking until you go to bed. Bad. Very bad. Don't do that.
Change it up. Instead of cocaine, just do wasabi snooters off of a prostitute's ass. That'll get you going.
Yeah. And by the way, they are right. Alcohol doesn't take long to kill you. My parents' neighbor managed to kill himself in about 6 years. He became an alcoholic late in life. He woke up, started drinking, and he drank until like midnight and went to sleep for 6 hours, woke up, started drinking.
What age are you talking about, though?
His 40s.
His 40s, oh, fair. Okay,
his wife divorced him. He lost half his shit, and he became an alcoholic, and he was dead in 6 years. And he was rich. He owns a mansion right next to my parents' place.
This wasn't the hot tub guy, was it?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
No. No, this is in my parents' little cove that they live in. It's the one house, not the next door, the next one. Looks like an Italian villa. It's 3 stories tall, and that guy owned his own business, was a millionaire, didn't have to work, so he didn't, and just drank himself to death in 6 years. Unbelievable. Okay.
Robin Yu says, depresses me that young people aren't drinking. How do they even hook up with each other? That's going down too, actually.
Yeah, that's way down. People aren't having sex.
There's a select number of men that get to have all the sex, And there's a larger portion of the male population that are going forcibly celibate because of
Yes, and there are going to be a lot of 40-year-old virgins in the next 20 years. A lot. Not.
Yeah.
just
But
this
when that 60-year-old woman is done with her third husband and all, man, she'll be cougering it up.
Oh yeah, that's the first experience you want. A 60-year-old woman. Okay. Sounds great. But I guess that's better than nothing, I suppose. It's intimacy, I guess. Yeah, great movie. 40-Year-Old Virgin is an awesome movie. It really is. I mean, it's frighteningly going to be true for a lot of young men. All right.
Yeah. All right.
I'm Douglas says I'm 41, married to a 27-year-old. Sweet ass, Doug. Sounds good.
Zang. Good work, Doug.
Yeah. Michael says I thought everyone was eating ass. Well, it's certainly up to them.
That's the Gay Straight Red Card podcast.
No, that's not just a gay thing.
I'm going full circle back to the beginning of the show, Derek. Come on.
All right. Well, anyhow, I fully would.
Derek's upset because of experiences.
I just want to support anybody who's into doing whatever they want to do. I think as long as you find
I was not supporting. Actually, I was just indicating.
All right.
Nothing what I said was not supportive. Okay. I never said that. Oh, that's bad. Don't do that.
That's true.
I passed it along. I said, hey.
I guess I'm just assuming you're anti-eating ass. So, all right, which is fine. If everybody's got to make a choice, right?
Yeah. Much like how you're anti-69ing, I'm vehemently against eating ass.
As a
gross, disgusting. Come on.
As a former person who counseled people with sexual issues, I've talked about every subject you can name in the book. Also, after taking sexual deviancy 1 and 2 in college at the Kinsey Institute, I can certainly tell you I have seen it all. All right. All right. So nothing makes me blush.
I'm not shocked, Jack, but I also don't judge. To each their own. You do you. By all means.
My only question to Jack is it your own? All right.
That's talent.
That's talent. Right. That is talent. Yes.
Don't you have to remove a rib to do something like that?
Yeah, probably. Well, you don't want much getting in the way if that's what you're doing. All right.
Alex says most are with me, Derek. Most are with me.
All right. Well, listen. I'm not going to call you prudes. We just all have to make a decision in life, right?
Yeah.
And either you're into that or you're not into that.
Was it a friend of my wife drunkenly once asked her husband? Actually, he was drunk too, but he's like, hey, would you eat my ass if I asked you to? And he goes, oh, I'd have to be pretty sauced for that. And I go, sauced? Like Frank's hot sauce? I put that shit on everything.
Yeah. What's the classic best barbecue sauce?
Bubs?
Oh, shit. Yeah. I can't remember it all of a sudden.
Sweet. I don't know.
I
tend to make my own barbecue sauce.
Hell, you could do that too. Whatever gets you through the act.
Jalapeno honey barbecue sauce, right? Ooh, ouch. Ooh.
Honey would work.
Yeah, but the jalapeno part.
Just make sure you don't have swamp butt. That's all I say.
Untouchable says Duke's mayo.
Duke's mayo. Yeah. No.
A1 sauce.
Oh God. I'm about to go.
Syrup.
I'm about to go to my Sweet Baby Ray's. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, that is probably the best barbecue sauce you can get in a bottle. And I rather prefer like Brett to make my own. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Brett.
Let's move this back to a manlier topic. And
what? These have all been manly.
Fair enough. Here's the dude with the giant log.
Oh my God!
How you gonna chop that up, man? You take an axe, that's gonna take forever. You're gonna throw out a shoulder. You're gonna be just like Flo Balogun, throwing out your shoulder, dislocating shit.
And the chopper is penis high. It's right about as high. I just don't like this.
There's a big metal thing in the way.
I don't care. I don't like that this blade is going back and forth right at my crotch.
I'll tell you though, man, I've seen a number
What
of
if-
these where
What if one of the screws break on the bottom of the saw and it goes like straight right into your crotch area?
Well, I just think he likes rubbing up against it. I'm just saying.
Jesus, dude, this shit. That's
dangerous. You don't have to be right there, man. You can be off to the side. That's just crazy talk.
Well, he puts his crotch right where the saw blade is going. I don't know. I would not do that. I'm sorry.
Pulisic eats ribs with a fork.
Let's not judge.
McKinney puts ranch on it.
Yes,
That's the sauce he uses.
Oh, I thought we were talking about his starfish.
No. Well, no, yeah, he eats. McKinney eats ranch. He uses ranch for that. Yes, starfish.
Yeah. Okay.
But Pulisic eating ribs with a fork has nothing to do with that at all. It's just it's funny.
I mean, I think tossing salad with ranch would be disgusting, personally. I prefer Thousand Island. All right, anyhow. What do we got here?
All right.
Is there more?
We don't need to keep showing the video. I mean, he's working smarter, not harder. Is the only reason why you.
He better not be harder. That could be dangerous.
Crap. No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I mean that log would take a lot of effort to do what he's doing here, and I've seen a number of people do this. You know, nice little wedge, pneumatic press, bam. Done.
Which log are you talking about? All right,
yeah, you gotta be careful.
Hey. All right, for the 156 of you here now on both X and Twitter, or Twitter and X and YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma, because your grandma loves this part of the show. And if she's missing it, she's going to be really upset you haven't alerted her to the fluff of the show. All right.
Anthony says, Thousand Island's too chunky.
I guess the pieces of it can get into the
Stubs, yeah. I said stubs.
Can get into the salad. Yeah.
All right.
All right. What else we got?
Moving on to the actual soccer topics.
Yes.
We're talking about Josh Sargent for a bit here, and we'll come into the actual topic. But I would have loved to Josh Sargent have gone to Wolfsburg. He's outgrown the championship, and I'll agree with that.
I'll agree with that.
I think he's absolutely outgrown the championship. But here's the thing. He was fine in Bundesliga to begin with.
Yes.
At a younger age, less experience, actually beginning pro for that matter. He was fine in the Bundesliga.
I don't get the feeling, Brett. Anybody watched Josh Sargent play at Werder Bremen when they were in the Bundesliga?
Seriously, right? They just haven't watched our show because we watched plenty of those games. Yeah,
I just don't understand it. He was actually a pretty solid player. And he was playing winger or, out wide.
Half the season, yeah. He was playing winger half the season, yeah.
And kind of almost midfield sometimes too. So I thought he
looked
really
that's just
good
because
for
Bremen
an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah, that was just because Bremen's a really shit team at that point. At that stage, they were a real shit team, and he was forced to play in the midfield.
Yes,
because that's where the ball was.
There for 2 seasons. I think they were in the Bundesliga for both of those, and then the third one is when they went down.
They staved off one. So he joined in January and got 2 games his first half season. They're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Second season he started. He played half the games at winger, half the games striker. They staved off relegation. Third season they got relegated. He's like, I'm outie.
People who are still sad about him not going to Wolfsburg, by the way, let me be really clear, especially about this dude, too. MLS transfers who might as well just hang it up because now he's just guessing at shit. His wife is pregnant and he is a 3-year-old. And no, they don't want to move anywhere. They don't want to move anywhere. He's staying at Norwich. It's over. The dream. I kept getting these text messages from Leeds guys, and they're like, "Oh, is there any chance he could still?" No, there isn't. The regular season started. He's played games, or he's scoring goals. Yeah, he's staying, guys, and he's doing it. He's making, and he was very clear in the information I received that he knew that the Wolfsburg opportunity was obviously the right one right now for him in his career if he were a single man with no family and no pregnant wife. That was very clear to me in the messages I received. So he knew he was sacrificing a chunk of his career and maybe the World Cup to stay at Norwich.
Well, and as I mentioned, because the MLS transfer says the word is he's only interested in England, EPL or Championship, or an MLS move.
That's the dumbest thing. He's not interested in moving. And he's not, whoever told that dude he's interested in MLS is absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
And he didn't hear that anywhere, by the way. I've had a backseat in this whole fucking thing the whole time. So I would have been told that. Okay? I would have been told it. All right.
Well, I said he was very open for the move to Wolfsburg, but pulled out late due to family reasons. He even knows that blocking the move to Wolfsburg likely hurt his career. Yes. I'm not saying the word is wrong, but there's a reason why staying put or going home may be appealing.
Yes.
Because if they did go back to MLS, if he did go to MLS, because he's never been there before, that would be okay in the sense that you're still in an English-speaking country, your family's in country, both of your families are, and that's easier than, say, going to Germany, where
it's a whole new culture and all that. But even so, as I understand it, he doesn't want to move 4 hours north either to all the teams that we're interested in. Didn't want to do that either. He's happy right now, and the family is happy where they are right now. And maybe once his wife gives birth and they get settled in, I don't know if it's going to get better because now you have 2 kids going to school that they don't want to be flip-flopping around in schools. But that's kind of what you signed up for. Yeah. If you're Sargent's wife, you got to realize that. You did sign up for like Army brat life where, every 2 to 3 years you might be moving. So, but during and in the middle of pregnancy, probably not the best thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dom, knower of bands, says, I have no problem with Dom by any means, and you and I have both had conversations with Dom on Twitter. But y'all got to let this go. He had a chance to leave, and he said he'd rather stay comfortable at his level. It's no difference in how people treat MLS lifers.
Dom, this is very frustrating. Because Dom doesn't know dick about the situation. He absolutely would have preferred, in a perfect world, to go to Wolfsburg. He is not interested in staying comfortable. That is not what happened here. This has nothing to do with the comfort of this level. It was a family decision, dude. Follow and read some news, except for the ones you pull out of your butt. Okay, because this is what this is. He pulled this out of his butt and made a comment, and he has no clue what the actual situation is.
In fairness, yeah. I mean, there's been no outside of this show, and people who listen to our show, most people don't necessarily know that the wife is pregnant, and that he listened to his wife and made that decision. And he again knows that this decision may hurt his career in the end. I guess my question would be: is that let's say Norwich fixes their issues. Here's an interesting stat I found out, and I wasn't really following this very closely last year, but Norwich actually scored, like, they were the second highest team in scoring goals.
Yeah.
Only team ahead of them was Leeds.
They won't be this season, but go ahead.
But my point is that they were the highest leading goal scorers. But what happened? Their defense their midfield and defense leaked goals, and we're kind of experienced that already. Against Millwall, we experienced that.
Yep.
Hopefully, they get that. But let's just say they figure it out, and by the end of the season, they're one of the 3 teams that are getting promoted to the EPL. If championship is his level, would we expect him to request a transfer to a team in the EFL if Norwich gets promoted?
Of course not.
No, of course not. So this whole argument is comfortable at his level, saying that his level is a championship. And that's not a bad level to have by any means. But he would have taken that move to Wolfsburg. in a perfect world, like you said. There was
Yep.
no, maybe the child was born prior to this point, or they weren't pregnant. I don't want to say that because obviously it's a nice little blessing to have a child here.
Absolutely. And what about family reasons, which was published all over Norwich Press and English Press? Don't you understand? You think he's just using that as an excuse not to go to Wolfsburg? As I have said here, it is clear to me Josh is well aware that this was a great opportunity he is letting pass. That's what was forwarded to me in the back seat. All right.
All right. Well, moving on from Josh Sargent, we've talked about him quite a bit already. Let's go ahead and move on to one of our favorite segments of the show.
Transfer news, transfer news. Who's getting mounted on transfer news? Who's getting ogled on transfer news? Transfer news. Everyone loves that transfer news but me. Whatever.
By the way, where I'm working now, they all call me Jack Black. Already.
From that show? From the show? Or just
No.
that you're a musician
From School of Rock.
teaching? Okay.
Yeah.
You're a musician who teaches. Okay. I'm like, that happened to pop up right there, obviously, when we were doing the transfer news. I'm sitting there going like, wait, what? They've already watched the show?
They don't call me Jack Black. It's just like they've come up to me already and said, this, by the way, been a great bump up for me. So I love where I'm at right now. This is like a step up from where I was last year. But yeah, a bunch of the teachers came up and were like, the kids are already talking to you, but like you're like Jack Black from School of Rock. Like, no kidding. And they're like, we didn't tell them to say that. We just want to let you know that. Like, they told us, and we didn't disagree because you kind of do remind me of Jack Black. It's kind of funny. But they do call me Mr. Richie, so it's okay. All right.
You go, Mr. Richie is my father's name.
And by the way, I do teach all my classes like this. And then Edgar Allan Poe wrote a story called Premature Burial, which we'll be reading for the next week. I will be reading parts of the book for the next hour. So buckle up. That's how
Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad.
How I teach every class.
Spencer says that you're actually Jack Black from Tropic Thunder.
Kinda, I guess. Yeah. It's all right. I'll it's not something I take offense. When I was younger, I was John Belushi, and now I'm Jack Black. It's fine.
Yeah, well, Jack Black from Tropic Thunder is like a cocaine addict.
Oh,
or heroin addict. Heroin
that's
addict,
right.
actually.
I forgot all about that. No, I am not either of those.
Yeah, I take that as a compliment, okay? Do drugs. Drugs are good, I guess.
Drugs are good.
Drugs are good, guys.
No, definitely not. All right. Yes, people did call me Richie Rich in high school. But yeah, that wasn't a real stick. Didn't stick.
So does that mean that they watched a movie meant for kids?
It was a comic book strip.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they read they read Richie Rich, huh? That's even lamer than watching the movie with Macaulay Culkin.
It's like, what are you, what are you, older than me? Like, Richie Rich wasn't even in the comic strips beyond my age of like 12. It was all dropped. Like, nobody.
Making an Archie reference. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
There's much cooler shit out there if you're going to read it.
Absolutely. Heron. All right. Okay. AKA Jelly Beans. What the hell is that, Untouchables? All right. Breaking news. Charlotte FC have agreed to, I don't eat jelly beans, have agreed to deal to acquire goalkeeper Drake Callender from Inter Miami per sources since Inter Miami's pretty much said, if you're American, you don't play. Outside of
that's what Kramashi's saying.
guys.
Even Kramashi's saying that, though. He's like, dude, I'm pissed. I want to play.
Yep. So he's not going to get that much playing time going forward, I don't think. But we'll see. And then you've got Allen there.
Hey, look,
right?
Callender left, enter Argentina.
Good point. Yeah, so he's out of there probably. And So they acquired him, and they could use the help. I think Calendar, who was good enough to be called up to the U.S. men's national team apparently at one point, can't even hold on to his starting role there at Inter Miami.
But he was also released, stopped calling up really quick too. I think he enjoyed the Messi effect. That's all it was.
Sure. Well, I think that Allen will be the only possible American starter on that team going forward. And with the way they were yelling at him last couple games for making mistakes, I don't know how much longer he's going to be starting it in the back line. So I think there were actually rumors where they were looking for another defender to take his spot back there. So he might not have a job soon either.
Like maybe Peyton Miller?
US U20 left back Peyton Miller has been on PFC's radar. Can you see this? Technically, they got to take a this radar room. Peyton Miller, 76 degrees.
Spencer's right. Actually, Allen shouldn't be shit-canned because he's technically Greek.
I thought he was Greek American.
Well, I mean, he chose Greece.
He's played for Greece?
Right?
No.
At some point, imagine. I thought he made the decision.
He played for Greece? I wouldn't have noticed, but I suppose that's possible. He's about as Greek yogurt. That's all I got to tell you. All right. Like American Greek yogurt. So, yeah, that's nice that Peyton Miller is on PSV's radar. Let's see what happens there. Certainly one player not on PSV's radar is Gio Reyna. So, nope.
Well, who knows? He might be on the radar, but not necessarily for the $10 million that Dortmund's requesting.
Yeah. We'll get into that later, but
yep.
All right, good.
All right, on to the injury report. We need to get like an injury report intro. Injury report.
Yeah, we do. I'll make one. We had that situation last season with Anthony Robinson, and he's still recovering.
Now, if you only took Landon Donovan's advice and got the surgery done during Christmas time, he would have been good for the Gold Cup and the beginning of the season. But no, he had to play injured. And
he didn't. Donovan didn't recommend that he get the surgery done in December, Brett.
He recommended 2 or 3 weeks off.
He recommended he take 2 or 3 weeks off before the end of the season and get the surgery, as if that would have made him fit for the Gold Cup. Yeah. Because Donovan's a moron and doesn't do any basic research about how long it takes to recover from that surgery, which we already expressed and told people on the show he wouldn't be playing because of that surgery, whether it happened the week it happened or 4 weeks before that. He still wouldn't be ready to play. And everything we said on the show is absolutely fucking true, because here we are. Regular season starting. He had the surgery right after the regular season ended last season, and he's not going to be healthy enough to play. So, yeah, Landon Donovan, slow clap, congrats on not doing your homework. All right. So anyhow, soon you're going to see him in contention for the games, but this weekend versus Brighton, it's too early. Yeah, all right. It makes sense. Why rush him back just so he can get injured? Yeah, don't do that. So that's good. It's good that they're giving him. They got another guy that can play out there at least temporarily. He's not as good as Robinson. At least he wasn't last season. So we'll see how that goes. He's a good player, though. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head because I'm an idiot and my memory sucks. All right. Go ahead. You read this since it's you.
Wolfsburg has announced that Kevin Paredes underwent foot surgery and will be out until further notice. Recover, Kevin.
Holy Josh Gott. Jesus.
I said, good grief, out nearly all last season, and now until further notice. Is Paredes going to be the new Bundesliga Gio? As Gio is hopefully on his way out?
And I think it was Pete who put it out on his list there that he was going to be like one of the surprises of the season. I think the only surprise, Pete, unfortunately, is going to be if Paredes plays at all because he's healthy. So, and fit.
Untouchable says it's same foot, same injury.
Yep. Not good.
Yeah, and also on top of that, who said it? U.S. men's national team First News says both Gio and Paredes are out of contract in 2026. Time for a move to both, I think. So, yeah, I guess, Wolfsburg says, hey, speedy recovery, but he apparently is on his last year of his contract, I guess.
I mean, if this guy keeps being injured, you're not going to re-sign him.
No.
There is a point where you're like an MLS team look at Fabian Johnson and going, why in the hell would I sign that guy? He's injured constantly.
I guess it was Otaku saying speedy recovery, not Wolfsburg.
Good point.
Oh, fuck. We've lost out on this guy. Maybe they re-sign him, extend his contract just so they could possibly get some money out of him later.
I don't know. It's not good. Same foot, same problem. Like, what did they not fix last time? It's back to being screwed up again. Or did he get kicked in the exact same place and has the exact same injury? I mean, that's just weird. Usually, that's not going to happen. Usually you get an injury somewhere else for compensating for the injury you already have.
Like a Sargent's ankle injury.
Yes.
Just keep
well,
going.
that's a little different than his foot injury, by the way, because that's tendons and shit in the ankle. I don't think this is a tendon thing. I don't know. I don't
know what it is.
I think it's bones.
So it's like an EPB issue?
Like being kicked in the foot.
Bone marrow cancer or whatever he had?
No, not cancer. Jesus.
Well, that's what EPB had, right? It was bone marrow cancer, wasn't it? Bone marrow something.
I don't think it was cancer.
I don't know.
I
Brian's
could
saying
wrong.
Broken foot.
Yes.
It's a broken bone in the foot.
And listen, there are just a lot of tiny parts in the foot. And I wouldn't say tiny part. There are a lot of important shapes of the foot, right? And if you get screwed up and you try to put it back together, I know this because my son has had 4 surgeries on his feet. Yeah, feet are really complicated to get right. They really are. So if you broke a bunch of crap really bad, they're trying to put it back together and it doesn't heal right, and then you go out, you're like, this doesn't feel right, and somebody kicks you in there right in the same spot, and it didn't heal or wasn't set properly or whatever the problem was. We're not going to know the details, but something's not right there. Something's wrong. So, it's
Trim Porpoise says, I love feet.
Yeah, you and Spicy Jeff should hook up.
Somebody else mentioned feet when we were talking about the Kinks earlier.
Kinks were a great band. Lola, baby. All right. Brett says, I certainly hope it's just a 1-week injury. Dislocated shoulder turned into a 4-month injury. We're talking about Flo again, suffering from a very minor calf injury. Okay, well, I think what he should do is put his cows and their babies in the barn every day, and then he wouldn't have to worry about it. But apparently he doesn't.
I can't play this weekend. I've got a baby cow issue.
Yeah, I got a minor calf injury.
Yeah.
It's a young calf, but I've got to be at the barn to help.
Well, it's a very minor calf, so it's like just out of the womb. What's the woman? What's a cow called? Is it sow? It's not sow. What is it?
Just call it a cow.
Well, I feel like males and females of the animal species always have different names.
Yeah, the males are bulls.
Cow, you're right. You're right. When you're right.
Okay. So
we don't have a cow. We have a bull.
Yeah, she went out there to milk the cow. Oh, hold on a minute. We don't have cow. Yeah. We just have bulls. What is she milking? Heifer. Yeah, that's good. All right.
That works too.
I believe that.
Val's just been injured. It seems like the last calendar year, man. And it's not like, hey, I blew out my ACL and I'm going to be out for 9+ months. It's, hey, I blew out, I dislocated my shoulder. Okay, we'll relocate it.
Yeah.
And then a little rest to make sure it heals up properly, I guess. Oh no, it's 4+ months. Shit, what the hell happened?
Yeah, I do like the fact we've got a lot of cow experts here. Heifer, steers a castrated bull. We're not even talking about it. But he's just giving us bonus information. John's is providing more. information that we need. By the way, if that bull's got his balls cut off, he's a steer. Yeah. All right.
So, not necessarily castrated, but I mean, if you got show the fuck, I'm spacing now. Circumcision. Does that mean you're going to be a steer in this situation?
I don't think they circumcise.
And then one with the
bulls.
one without a circumcision is a bull.
I don't think you're really understanding that they don't circumcise bulls.
No, I said not talking about the balls here. I'm just referring to the chop chop, snip snip aspect of it all.
Circumcision's just cutting the skin off the dick.
Yeah, it's the snip snip.
I don't even know where to go with that. Well, now we're talking about bull circumcision. All right.
We're not talking about bull circumcision at all. I don't know what you're going with that.
Oh, all right.
We're talking about human circumcision.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we'd switch to humans. All right. My bad.
I said people with the it's gone, it's lost.
Yes, it is. I missed something about you switching actual species.
I said people with circumcisions.
Oh, okay. I did not hear people part.
Fair enough.
I thought you were still talking about bulls. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I missed your species jump.
A castrated bull is an ox.
An ox. Oh, for Christ's sake. Do we really need this information? Oh, God.
Only on this show.
Thanks,
we talk about the different stages of male cows.
Yeah, castration and circumcision, Robin, we are fully aware are not the same thing. That's the difference with singing ah and oh. All right.
There's
somewhere
there's never been any focus. That's 27. It's all.
Yes, no, not any focus here at all. All right, let's move on. Speaking of focus, for the 200 of you here, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma, and give your stepsister a wet kiss on the cheek from us. Oh my God, here we go.
I gotta re-share because I don't think I shared audio.
Mm-hmm. OMG.
Let's start with the main topic here.
Could this look worse? He's already looking like, oh my God, like totally. This is totally like not cool.
So,
oh boy.
How long ago do you think this episode was recorded? Do you think it was
it
done
was
at the exact same time all this shit was going down?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Because here's the issue. Here's the issue I've got with it. It was all done. Nobody's talking about it anymore, really, for the most part.
Why rebirth?
And then all of a sudden this comes out and it just reopens the can of worms, man.
It reopens a wound.
Yeah.
Right?
Just kept picking at that scab. You know?
And now it looks even worse than when he went on Jimmy's show. This is worse than Jimmy's show. It is.
So I've only seen the clips. I've never actually sat down and watched the documentary or docuseries. Have you seen this episode?
Oh, no, it's not up yet. This is a teaser.
Oh, teaser.
It's a teaser for the next episode. Ooh. But I've watched all the other episodes.
Well,
listen, the people around Pulisic and the young man that's his best friend who's doing all the filming and the interviewing of Mark, and maybe he's not the producer, but certainly he's got to be one of the guys with the ideas. Then maybe there's some Paramount people pitching in their ideas too, but he's getting misadvised. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
And then they have the same Irish guy that Mark Pulisic picked to do the interviews in this guy.
Yeah, I thought that was the same dude. Yeah,
it is. It's the same dude. Like, what is that? Like Mark Pulisic's old gay college boyfriend? Why is this guy in all the videos and does all the interviews, the structured interviews? I don't understand it. And listen, I got no problem with them being gay college lovers, but at least give us some reason why this Irish dude has been like following the family around and doing all like the one-on-one interviews. I just don't get it. Like, he's been pre-picked by Mark Pulisic to do the Pulisic interviews, and now he's on the show. Like, what's his relation to the family? Can somebody let me know why he's a feature?
He's his bodyguard.
He's his bodyguard. Okay.
Strong says this docu is a gift that keeps on giving. I think I mentioned somewhere on Twitter that from a content creating standpoint, this docuseries is great for us.
Yes, it's great for us.
However, from fan standpoint, and that's
it's not good.
Us, it's cringe. This whole thing is cringe.
Yes, it's not good.
I just don't know how it's up. Apparently, both episodes are out, and Colin says it's up too.
Okay, well, I guess I'll watch it tonight after the show. But yeah, the Irish guy must be the guy who makes sure all the baby oil stays stocked up.
Robin says we all need a gay best friend, Derek. For fuck's sake.
Hey, I'm all for having gay best friends.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean,
yeah, they take my wife, shopping and all that fun stuff that I don't have to worry about doing.
My best friend of like 30 whatever years is also bisexual. So I guess he's not technically gay, but I mean, he is half the time.
Fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough. Each their own on that. All right. Let's we're gonna have to be careful on this docuseries. I don't want to get dinged for it, although we are pretty good at making sure that it's fair use all the way through.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
giggle. There may have been only one show where we're sitting there going like, all right, that was excessive. It was like 45 seconds with no break. We're like, okay, that's a little much. We'll
that one. I'll just giggle through most of it. That'll clear it up, right?
It's transformative at that point. You're adding commentary.
I was thinking more like
well, that's not a giggling. That's a chuckle. Giggling.
How about this? You do Beavis and I'll do Butthead. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yesterday with the media. Oh my gosh! Oh, what a big story.
Hey, Valley girl, calm down.
God. Oh my God. Like, this is so ridiculous.
Oh my God,
okay.
Media's a mean.
Keep going. Keep going.
We gotta keep it going. That was only 2 seconds.
You can do longer than 2 seconds.
I had to stop it there because it when listening to it at work today, I couldn't hear how he said this. And that first, geez, he sounds just like a freaking Valley girl.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the media said this.
Let's not be too harsh.
Dude, yeah.
There's no story.
Living under a microscope like Christian does.
Living under a microscope? This is the guy. This is his, I'm assuming his best buddy, who's filming all this. I'm not really sure it's a good idea to have the guy that's filming and who's also your best friend to be defending you. Like, just defend yourself. Like, I don't know this guy from a fucking hole in the wall at a fucking bathroom. All right? I don't. So, what's he doing here? Why is he a main character? Yes, he's been in, I guess, the whole series, but he doesn't need to be the narrator of this. Like, it's just this is all very obnoxious, is what this is.
Well, I don't know. It's like he's under a microscope. He's every little action's being looked at. Yeah, like same thing can be said about every professional playing at the high level at that point.
What's so hilarious, Brett, is that he's under a bigger microscope in Italy and Milan. Over here, the microscope is just like a few thousand people with microscopes. Nobody else gives a shit for the most part. Although my dad did read that Pulisic wasn't going to go to the Gold Cup. And when I came over, he's like, hey, what's up with Pulisic not coming to the Gold Cup?
Having a book out by 23 and a docuseries at 26. I mean, I think that's a little excessive, and you're putting the microscope. It's like you holding the microscope up to yourself. Like, stop looking at me. Stop.
Right. Look, yeah, exactly. It's like, look, we got a telescope on us.
Yeah.
Hey, quit looking at us. Quit microscoping us.
Hitting me.
Or don't look through that microscope. Look through ours. Our microscope's better than your microscope. But the other microscopes don't have personal attachments to you as a person. So they're just doing it from an objective basis. So their microscopes are objective. Yours are extremely subjective. You're in You're taking a bath with Pulisic. You're in the same bath with him, splashing around with the soap, washing each other's shoulders, metaphorically, right?
That's friends.
Absolutely. You're cleaning each other's cock and balls, and that's fine. But don't expect us to take your version of the story without a big grain of salt, because we know where your soap's been and your hands. Okay?
But it's your opportunity to explain that.
I mean, every decision he makes is scrutinized.
Oh, and this guy's not very good at this.
That right there, it's insane.
It's so over dramatic, over the top.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it is almost like they're doing a real reality TV Big Brother type of thing. Like,
yes,
he's scrutinized more than anybody else. Insane.
And then the voice it's not quite as high as Stu Holden. Sorry, Stu, but it's in the range at the kind of range. So it's like, you're chirping. You're not even talking. It sounds like you're chirping. So I know we're being really mean here, guys, but listen, a lot of money's been spent pouring into this series, which was supposed to be, yes, about Pulisic's experiences as a soccer player and document it. That's a great idea. If the person being documented was really likable, had a great personality, was really outgoing, and the people covering it were taking baths with him and showers with him and washing his cock and balls. All right? Metaphorically speaking. All right.
Allegedly.
Yes.
U.S. soccer, the U.S. men's national team will look to bounce back from disappointment in the Nations League with this summer's Gold Cup. But Christian Pulisic reportedly won't take part. According to multiple reports, Pulisic will take the summer to recover from a season in which he'll likely hit 50 matches.
All right. Yeah, I just had to throw some noises in there. I just threw some noises in there to maybe
bits and bobs of this 2 minutes and 40 seconds. There's just nothing really to talk about.
No, there isn't.
That was a synopsis of what happened this summer.
Yep. So. All right.
Great season.
My first reaction when I heard that he wasn't coming to Gold Cup, I was a little surprised. Only because of the way things went in the Nations League. Gold Cup all of a sudden became a little bit more important.
But today, Tony said everyone in this situation is wrong. You don't bring your dad on to defend you. And Tony's right about that. He said, I've known Mark Pulisic since he was 9 years old. You don't bring your dad on in this situation.
Dude, Mark, since
yes.
Wait. Since Tony was 9 or Mark was 9?
Since Tony was 9.
Do you think that they were buddies at 9 years old, or he was an adult who knew Mark as?
I'm not exactly sure when Mark moved to the United States, but Tony did mention he played like youth soccer with him, and
so they knew each other since they were 9,
somewhere around there. I could be
a lot better than saying that Tony knew him as a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I think they played some youth soccer. I think they're about the same age, and so. They played youth soccer together, etc. And he says, listen, if I had any advice to Mark, I'd say stay out of it. This was today's show.
You said he played U19 with Mark.
U19s? Okay, I did not hear the teens part. I just heard 9. Okay. So anyhow, he's known Mark for a while, and he's been friends with him since. And they've done some coaching together, blah, blah. I don't know. Just generally... What he's saying is, I know the guy, and I didn't agree with this. I did not think this is the right idea, the right thing to do. And don't go ending it by saying, well, you guys never did anything anyhow. Well, then what was 2002? Right? What was 94? What was 94? That was a miracle. All right. Don't tell these older players they haven't done anything. Or they need to go look in the mirror. The people that need to look in the mirror are clearly the ones that made this Pulisic Paramount picture. They're not looking in the mirror at all. That's the worst part of this. They're not looking at the mirror and going, maybe we're the baddies. Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they need to do. And that's what Tony said. It's funny he's in this because he contradicts all of this today.
Well, I mean, he was answering our question. So I mean, it's not like what he says here doesn't contradict what he said today.
No.
All he says here is that, hey, when it happened, I was surprised. But the more I thought about it, if he needs a rest, the kid needs a rest.
So they took this interview at the time because Pulisic did the interview, so they're like, yeah, I mean, Tony said that it was fine for Pulisic to take a break, which is fine. That's fine too. But what we got going now with the reopening of the wound, absolutely unnecessary, and Tony was absolutely not having it today. And not sure he was really that impressed with them using this clip for this part.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. I'm gonna have to watch that segment. Colin says it was in the last 10 minutes, so I'll have to go back at least to watch that part. But I'll give the whole show a chance.
It just seems to me, based on what Tony said today, he was not thrilled of being included as some sort of voucher of these complaints. So anyhow, go ahead.
And I know this is probably unpopular and I know it is with a bunch of my old teammates, a bunch of guys that are pundits now. I was okay with it because at some point a guy needs a rest, right?
So he talks about this because that's going to be the segment of the next clip that pops up here after, not the remaining minute here, but on the next clip we pull up, where they talk about the pundits and how, the criticism that they're receiving is unfair, basically. Yep. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I mean, even Tony points out here that, hey, there's, sometimes if you need a break, man, you just need a break. And do you take it now? Does he take it during the club season where, that's his, financial livelihood right there? Does he take a chance of taking a break during the season and then not get a starting spot back? And all of a sudden he's not sharp enough come World Cup?
Well,
I mean, what are you going to do?
Somebody else made another. I mean, this point was made a while back. Do you think if AC Milan made the Club World Cup that Pulisic wouldn't have played in it?
No, he would have played it, yeah.
Yep.
Because they pay him the big bucks. He's got to.
They're the one paying his big
tells
bucks.
You to do something. It's not like you can sit there and go like, nah, I'm good. Thanks.
I don't feel like it today.
If I play on a team, so at my job, if my boss tells me to do something, I've got to do it. But if I'm playing Sunday Rec League for 40-year-olds plus, and I don't feel up for playing that weekend, I don't got to go and play.
And I guess what you're saying there in a metaphor is kind of like your 40-year-old rec league is kind of like the U.S. men's national team.
And that's kind of Landon's topic right there, actually, quite frankly. But Landon's basically saying that too.
Your job is your job.
Yeah.
And anything extra is something you have to weigh. And Pulisic just said, well, I weighed it, and I'd like to take a break. So didn't look like the break helped because he's starting the season injured after trying to mount a horse.
Yeah. I hadn't been called up for the previous 2 Gold Cups. I didn't think this one would make that big of a difference.
Maybe he thought that.
It's very possible.
Yep.
But I mean, I think it was Lawless who brings it up, and we'll cover that later.
Yep.
Or somebody. But basically, after the actually, I think it was Tony who just mentioned this. Basically, after the performance of the Nations League failure, that he would have thought that Pulisic would have shown up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he did say. I would also say that he was really upset today, Tony, about the use of the word evil by Timmy Whale, which we'll get into later. But
yeah, Spider says Tony was pretty pissed. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen him that worked up, actually. He doesn't.
You're really making me want to watch this episode now. Not episode of this docuseries, but the Call What You Want episode.
Watch the chopped 12-minute version. It's better. It's just that section of it. Yeah.
Well, I like
and I love Tony. Tony Meo's got to be one of my favorite pundits. All right? Yeah. One of my favorite, because he's just himself. He's so comfortable. He's got no agenda at all.
I was going to say he comes at it with no angles. He's just like,
no,
this is what I'm seeing at this point, and I like it.
Even when I disagree with him on occasion, it doesn't matter because I know it's coming from the right place. Yeah.
I think Tony's been pretty on the fucking spot.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to be a part of at least the 2 friendlies. I did speak with the coaches, and I asked, and I wanted to be a part of the team and whatever.
We covered this already.
Yeah, it's a menacing looking photo of Poach.
Yeah, they picked
I'm
like
the bad
worst
guy.
one.
I'm
Evil
wearing all
Poach.
black. Look at me.
You know, by the way, it's been way too long since we have Tony on this show. Way too long. What's it been? 12 years? 13 years?
Pretty much. When you get Tony, when you get Jimmy back on, Jimmy hasn't been on a while either. We're working on Davies. I mean, getting a hold of him is rough.
By the way, Hercules Gomez will be on in September, but it's not going to be live because his show is on exactly the same time ours is. All right, go ahead.
You call him out on that too. But hey, why the fuck are you recording over us, man? What the fuck?
Yeah. Come on, Herb.
And they said no. They said they only wanted 1 roster, and that's coach's decision. I fully respect that.
I don't get it.
I understand it, but
yeah, there you go. I don't understand it.
Apparently.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand it. You know, I don't understand it is another way of saying, well, I think they're full of shit.
I think that was stupid.
I think they're full of shit and they're a bunch of fucking morons.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand it means, just to be really clear.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is what it is. I wanted to be a part of that, but yeah, that's just the way things went, and I had to make the best decision for myself and also, you know, in the long run for my team.
At the end of the day,
there he is. There's the fluffer and baby oil provider.
We already covered the rest of the stuff he mentioned. I just
Can
had
we
to pause
skip
it at some point.
Can we just skip him, move it forward until he's not on the screen anymore? I don't know who this old fucking Irish guy is, and I don't care. And I don't know. They don't ever tell you why he has any really great insight or why. What's he, a part of the family? Like I said, is he an old gay boyfriend? I don't know why they are so in love with this dude, but it's the same dude that did the Pulisic interviews before. Please, someone explain to me who the old Irish guy is. I just want to know who he is. Someone said fluffer earlier. Maybe. I don't know. He is a fluffer metaphorically for sure.
Nate's saying he's South African.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, you say potato.
Nate, and then Nate had to put Bud on there. He's South African, Bud. That's how I read it, though. Nate, I know you don't mean it like that. But anyhow. Yeah.
It is a lot. It's hard to keep up with playing every single game. I mean, you see a ton of injuries, but this is what it is. This is, you know, how the business works. People want to see us play, and I think it's just a decision that I had to come to do the best thing for myself and look out for myself for once.
All right.
You play a fucking game. I mean, I know it's taxing. You guys play a shit ton of games and stuff like that, and there are going to be games where you may have to sit up because maybe you picked up a knock or something like that. But it's a fucking game. It's a game you love to play. I don't like the excuse of saying, you know, there's a lot of games, and there are, but come on, it's a fun game you play with your friend.
I mean,
and you get paid a shit ton of fucking money to do it too.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
But I think everyone has, you know, had their opinion on me and just, you know, really, I mean, in my opinion, just disrespected me in a lot of ways and just completely about what I've done for this national team for 10 years. It's
10 years.
It sucks.
It sucks. Okay. This is really hard because, and I'm not really hard right now. I'm just saying this is really hard because all of us really, 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 really want to like Christian Pulisic. Like, this is such light criticism. I guess he's taking it hard. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Because Landon Donovan was the one who delivered it. That sounds kind of weird, too. But anyhow, and Howard, to some extent, right? And Howard did do him a little dirty with that article about him, you know, endorsing a racist president or whatever because he did a little dance. I get that. That's irritating because NFL players were doing it. Everybody was dancing.
Well,
and none of them were, we had no idea whether they were Trump supporters or not. They could have been mocking Trump for all we know. So, yeah, I just think this is just take the criticism, because that's what these guys have been hired to do, is be pundits now. And Tim even said, I'm not here to be your mentor. Although Tony said today, it would be nice if Tim could be a mentor or would want to be a mentor. I think the problem with that, Tony Miola, is that if Tim's going to be a critical person and criticize players, how is he also going to be a mentor? I don't know. There might be a fine line where you can do both, but I think it's a fine line to walk when you're doing punditry and people expect you to be honest. And if you're going to have to tiptoe around your criticism of a player because you're also his mentor, that becomes kind of, you become compromised, if we have used that word before.
I don't know. It's you can be critical and still be buddy with people. But the big problem is here, in the sense, is Pulisic and the rest of the team don't take it that way. Pulisic may have idolized Donovan, but I think the one that probably hurt him more was probably Howard, because he played an entire cycle with Howard.
Yeah.
He every window he's coming in, that he came in to play, he's spending 2 weeks with Howard at that point. I mean, I'm not saying that they were the best of buds, but you would imagine that they would have at least been on good talking terms, probably. I mean, he was a 16, 17-year-old kid at that time. So you have that, then you have, the context. There's Gabe mentioned it here. So Gabe the American says, these guys are so incredibly soft, I can't stand it. None of the criticism has been off base or unwarranted. But to have your daddy clap back, which we'll get into that part here in a second, or to be calling ex-players evil, it's a miracle Poach even gets these guys to train without them bursting into tears. The reason I wanted to bring this one up is because I had a throwback, because I did mention it was very soft. But the drama all started back in 2021 when Weston got kicked out of the Nashville window for breaking code rules. Donovan said this was unforgivable, and that Weston shouldn't be included for net windows moving forward.
That wasn't that. And by the way, we were on the show saying how stupid that was of Donovan to say that. Yeah.
But then he and Timmy reach out and try to get him and Pulisic on their show. This is why they refer to him as evil. They publicly say things, and then behind the back, they act buddy-buddy. And that's not me saying that Timmy or Donovan are doing anything wrong here. We may disagree. Like we said that Donovan's comment there was stupid, but that's his opinion on that fact. And if Timmy comes out and is critical of Pulisic, or then they reach out to say, hey, Weston, do you want to be on the show? And Weston holds it and says, hey, dude, you said I shouldn't be included anymore. I understand that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the context behind all this cringy drama, which, again, I say cringy from a fan standpoint. From a content creator, I love it because we have something to really talk about.
Yeah.
But the cringiness of this is, I understand both sides. I understand Timmy and Donovan being critical and saying their piece because that's what they're getting paid to do.
Well, except for, I just want to be really clear, Timmy's article about the dance and Donovan lumping other players like Jedi in with Pulisic. That was wrong. Those things are wrong. Those two things I thought they got wrong. You and I were one of the first shows to come on. And while everybody else was saying they don't care, we said they care. We were the only show at the time, actually, I think, that said, no. They care.
Yeah.
They don't want to go on the field and lose. Trust me. But they don't maybe care in the right way. They don't have the chip on the shoulder. So I just want to clarify that. But go ahead, Brett. Sorry.
But yeah, the point being is that the rift started earlier. It wasn't just, Donovan coming out and questioning whether or not Pulisic is going to be good enough to crack the Milan squad, and maybe he should just move to MLS where he can play week in, week out.
That was horrible.
It wasn't just the lack of heart or soft comments that they made. It all started prior to that. And the squad itself is a close-knit squad. So whenever I think the rift kind of started whenever Donovan came out and said Wesson shouldn't be included moving forward.
Certainly,
I think that's when it started. But then
Yeah.
it's just nickeling and diming. Yeah, peck here, peck there, peck here. And a lot of that stuff was warranted. I mean, the lack of heart, the lack of grit, we've talked about all that. We may, like you said, we've come out, we've said, hey, they care, but there's just something missing there. Whether it's how they approach the game, are they treating the club? I mentioned this many times. I think a lot of the players are looking at, hey, I play for Milan, I play for Juventus, I play for insert top team here. And then they come to play for the United States and they want to play hard, but they don't want to go in on those 50-50 tackles that somebody from Panama or somebody from Mexico goes in on, at 110%. They may go in on it at 80%. That's what it looks like. It looks like they're just not quite giving everything.
It's the chip and it's the grit, as Keyshawn says. Yeah. I think the funniest thing about it is they're worried about two guys that have a podcast that almost nobody watches up until quite recently, right? Donovan and Howard have struggled to get their show off the ground, which is crazy. They're U.S. men's national team legends, and they're having a hard time getting their show off the ground. They're putting ads up. They're actually borrowing subscribers. They're buying subscribers. Okay, I've been told.
Well, they promote the show. They pay. I think personally they pay to promote their show because their live streams.
Absolutely,
their live shows get a healthy amount of people watching it. But then their recorded the clips and the smaller segments don't draw as many views. And
no,
we're saying this as a much smaller channel in as a whole. But I mean, their clips, their segment clips, like even like the 10, 20-minute episodes there, are getting less than say Tack's getting.
Colin's saying that Donovan doesn't criticize CP. Yeah, I think he did. He
mentioned lack of heart, not caring. He talked about his lack of dedication to the national team.
Busted him for not being at the Gold Cup. Absolutely. Well, that was specifically. I'm not going to get in how you can buy subscribers. You can't buy them in the way you think you can. Like, it's not that kind of. That's not how that works, Colin. But I'm not getting into this. It's a technical thing, but it is doable. You can buy subscribers from other people. Anyhow, point being that he was critical. It's obviously Pulisic and his dad thinks that Donovan was very critical, or else they wouldn't have specifically attacked Donovan, which is what both of them have done. So, well, mostly Mark, right? Mark's like, hey, do you look at your career? Remember when you took a fucking break, a sabbatical? You hypocritical piece of shit. Yeah, that's basically what he said. So don't tell me that Pulisic doesn't feel criticized, because he does. Certainly does, and there was criticism. And Donovan did come out and say, at least when in my era, everybody cared. At least on this show, we were the only show to say, they do care. They care. Nobody likes losing. But they don't care in the right way. They're missing a chip. They're missing some grit. They really are. They really are. They really are. And I think they think because of the clubs that they play for, that when they go into a game against Panama or whomever, it's like, yeah, we're going to win this game. Look at us, our fucking team on paper. Our team is great. We're going to win this game. That's not how you enter games. That's not the mentality you need to enter games. That doesn't work. And I gave a great example of when I played a tennis match against somebody who was ranked lower than me in the state. And I'm like, this is going to be I'm going to wipe the floor with this guy. No, that's not what happened. Because that's the attitude I came in with. Like, I got this one already. My mentality was already on to the next round or the next game. I wasn't playing with a chip on my shoulder. Like, every game matters. And You know, you can't go around looking at paper and thinking, look at our club. It's full of all these great guys. And we're just going to win regardless. Anyhow, go ahead, Brett.
Here's the second clip when they talk about the evil former players.
I'd say the most annoying thing, and for me the biggest cop out of all time, is when
How's that a cop
especially
out?
all pundits want.
How's that a cop out? It's not the way I use the word cop out. Derek was John McEnroe before it was cool. It's true. I was. I did have that kind of attitude on the court. I will tell you, I don't understand the cop out part. Because
I mean, he's going. I'm assuming, and I've watched the clip, but I'm assuming he's going to be going into talking about they don't have any heart.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think that's a cop out. I think that's I think it's a misunderstanding of what's going on. I think they want to win, and I do think they care. I just don't think, as a group, they've come together and formed sort of a warrior spirit, chip on the shoulder, super grit, gnarly sort of, we're not going to go down, nobody's beating us attitude. They just think they can show up as a group, as individuals, and do this. But it takes a group of warriors to do this. And I hate using that metaphor, but that's really what it takes.
Yeah. So. 1 second. Okay.
I want to say, they didn't want it. They didn't have the heart. Back in our day, we would fight and we would die on that field.
When we were on the field, there were.
Okay. No, it's fair to clip this if they want to use it. They're just digging up some bad stuff, though. They're digging up the old dead cat in the backyard. That's what they're doing. You buried Fluffy 4 months ago, but let's unbury Fluffy and pet him again. Yeah, not a good idea. Fluffy's going to smell.
Yeah, it's the concept of waiting as long as they did for this. I mean, how long would it have really taken for them to, on the fly, to record these segments and edit it and post it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem when you do it like a docuseries in the sense is that it's old drama that's getting rehashed.
Yeah.
And if I were Donovan and I were Timmy, I would just sit back and do nothing.
Why
would I make a comment at that point?
If I were a close advisor to Pulisic, like I'm Pulisic's dad, and I were a real grown-up, I would have said, hey, we buried Fluffy 3 months ago, and we're not digging Fluffy back up. So I would like this whole segment to be edited out. Instead, Dad said, not only do I want to dig Fluffy up, I want to fuck Fluffy up the ass, and I want to be part of the whole desecration of Fluffy. I want to be part of it, and I want to be on national television or Paramount, and I want everyone to see it. And let's just get completely used and abused by Paramount producers who want to get chicks. Oh, I'm sorry. Get checks. Get clicks. Because that's what this is.
Pulisic's over there going like, no, Dad, not Fluffy. He goes, this is B-roll. This is B-roll.
What, didn't you love Fluffy? Let's dig Fluffy up. Let's get Fluffy. All right.
Guys on the field, all over the field, who if they didn't perform well, their club team probably lost. But there's not a lot of guys who fall into that.
I think those guys are chasing chicks, and
he says chicks. I'm sorry. He says chicks, not checks. That's chicks. Go ahead and play it again. It's chicks. These guys are chasing chicks.
That's what I heard initially, but then all of a sudden I saw checks. I'm like, that's why initially I was doing a nice little grok image for the show. And I said, have Landon Donovan running around the field in a suit chasing checks. And I couldn't quite get it to work properly. So then I had the thumbnail I did now.
Well, that was different. Real. I'm sure that was great. I'm sure whatever AI you're using is like, what? What do you want me to do? What are you talking about?
Oh, I said paychecks is what I said.
Yeah, all right.
But one of the pictures Grok threw out was Donovan smiling on a field with checkers behind him.
God.
Like, you missed that one, Grok. Not so good.
Not good, Grok. But it's chicks. He says chicks. Tell me he doesn't say chicks.
No, I thought it was chicks initially too.
He meant chicks.
Yeah.
Chicks is what came out of his mouth.
And it was chicks, youth talk for checks nowadays?
Well, Wallace was saying on his show, I haven't chased chicks since I got married. So that's been a long time.
Well, 100% said checks. All right, well, listen.
Oh, God. All right.
Chicks and
go back a little further. I'm pretty sure he said chicks.
I think those guys are chasing chicks. And
he does say checks. He says checks.
I heard chicks again.
Chicks. It's a really
British sounding checks. He's chasing chicks.
Those guys are chasing chicks.
Chicks.
It's checks.
It's like he's English all of a sudden.
Do you remember a fluff piece that I pulled up probably years ago at this point, where they show two different words?
Yeah.
And the audio clip comes on. And if you're looking at one and you're saying that word to yourself, you hear that one. But if you look at this completely different phrase, you hear that one.
By the way, for those of you in the chat, I fully understand he meant to say checks. This is what's called. That's what's called a joke. We're joking around here. I thought first time I heard chicks.
No, that's the thing. Though. When I was listening to it today, I heard chicks, and I heard it all the way up until I was listening for checks, and then I heard it.
Yes,
but no, chasing checks makes sense. Chasing chicks does make sense.
This is called exaggeration for those of you who don't understand what we're doing here. But okay, go ahead.
And for me, I just feel like they're really evil. Honestly,
evil.
They've been players and they know what it's like when you're getting bashed. And those are the same guys that'll turn around and shake your hand and try to be friendly with you at the end of the day.
So,
wow, Hitler, Stalin,
evil,
Genghis Khan,
Two-Face. Would Two-Face have been better for you? These guys are really two-faced. They're the ones that they understand what you're going through.
Their behavior.
They'll sit there and bash you in public, but behind scenes they'll probably be buddy.
I wouldn't use Two-Face. I would say their behavior is a little bit of contradiction to me. But he didn't sit down with his media advisor and say, hey, maybe calling them evil is not really a good way to go. Let's redo that shot. Let's say, here, Timmy, say, the way they act and their behavior is a little bit of a contradiction because one day they're criticizing you and the next day they want to shake your hand. That would have been fine. A contradiction? Fine. Evil?
A walking contradiction.
Two-faced? Not good. So you would have
Two-Face would work.
No, Brett. No,
yeah.
It wouldn't. That's why you would be a horrible media advisor. Two-Face is
No. Two-Face works. It's just not the best thing to say in that sense.
Correct. Yes.
No, I agree with you on that. There's a good way of saying that without coming off sounding,
as a synonym it works. But as a media person, if I'm Weah's media guy, and I want him to say what he wants to say, but I don't think he really understands the weight of the word evil. Or if he would have said Two-Face, I think that would have been better, but I still think it would have been heavy. Too heavy. No. Right? Yeah.
I don't well, and I guess evil technically could work too, but you're exaggerating the aspect of it completely.
As much of a loose cannon as I am on this show, I know media. Like, these guys need to hire me. They really do, because I can make them sound likable immediately. Like, it would take very little time for me to coach them on how to be likable. Even though people don't like me, I'm fine with that. But I could teach them how to be likable. I really could. And say the right things in the right way. But still get their point across in the way they want to get their point across. Not these Princeton graduates they've got and these Harvard guys that are walking around them telling them what to say. Those nerds know nothing about what the average person wants to hear.
I'll say this
because
much,
we live in the average world, Brett.
I'll say this much in contradiction to this crowd of players. Remember the reaction that Adams had whenever the reporter said, "You keep saying it's Iran or Iran, but it's actually Iran."
He's good,
and he's like, "Dude, come the fuck on."
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best. I mean, he didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Yes,
but that was a great retort back to kind of a, I don't want to say snobbery response, but
listen,
just because I say Iran, it's not Iran.
Listen, the way the Spanish speakers say the United States doesn't sound anything like United States. Are we going to criticize them for not saying it the way we want them to say it? It's ridiculous. That's like saying all British people should be crucified for not saying Kern instead of Cologne.
Kern.
Or München. They say Munich, Puco, Puke. Don't say Munich, you British creeps, you American creeps. Listen, we all say different things different ways, and it should be for somewhat understandable that the word United States is different in Spanish. And it's okay. I'm totally fine with it. And the fact that I can't say Iran in the way you say Iran, it's not a big deal. I'm trying my best. That's all I can say. To say your name right. Like with the Turkey thing. Yep.
Yeah. It's like when British people call the trunk a boot.
Or they call boots wellies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta put your wellies on. It's raining. All right.
Yeah.
Wellies. Jesus. I know where it came from. I know the origin of the word. I know why they call them wellies, but okay. Let's move on.
Or continue on.
These guys want clicks. Social media, it's subscribe to my channels, listen to my podcasts, or whatever.
Don't get me wrong, I respect all of them. I mean, there were players that I looked up to, but quite frankly, the guys before us didn't win anything either.
Oh, boy, that pissed Tony Mule off. Oh, that really...
You're really making me need to go and watch this clip now.
It's really hard to work Tony Mule up into a froth. It really
In fairness, Tony, we're all out there looking for clips. I mean, it's mythical.
No, we're not. I am not looking for clits.
Derek is the clit commander.
Absolutely not. Not looking for. I will say that or Cox, by the way. Either. I don't need either. So this is the worst part of this is Mark Pulisic. Absolutely the worst two parts are Pulisic and then Mark Pulisic followed up by Weah. These couldn't be worse comments. And then Mark's going to finish off with another banger right up the butthole of former players who are criticizing. None of them realizing that these people are hired to do a job. And their job, yes, is to put out content people want to watch. But I don't think any of these guys, even Donovan, as crazy as he can be with his analysis, he's not doing it for extra clicks or checks, and certainly not chicks. He's doing it because that's how he feels. That's it. It's as simple as that. Donovan feels like these guys aren't giving everything to the team. That's how he feels. Feelings aren't rational, okay? Which is why a lot of his analysis sucks. Especially like, oh, yeah, all these players need to come back to Pulisic should come back to MLS. Reyna should come back to MLS. All these good players, they need to come to MLS. Yes, it's too personal. It's too emotional. That's why when I told Jimmy on his show, actually responding to another person, that Jimmy probably shouldn't be commentating on January camp because it's very personal for him and he doesn't have any perspective. Okay? And then Jimmy and I had the back and forth and now it's all cool. And the next show, Jimmy said, you know what? I'm not going to talk about January camp anymore because it's true. I am actually. It is a personal thing for me. And maybe I don't have the best perspective on it. So that's where we are. I think Donovan's not doing it for checks. Donovan is a millionaire multi-times over. Tim Howard is a millionaire multi-time over. Would they like to have a successful, expansive, growing show? Sure they would. And I think they're just telling it like it is for them. I don't think they're doing it for clicks or checks. I think they'd like to. I think they'd like the show to grow. I think they'd like to stomp all over the Straight Red Card and Pete and Tact and Pete show doesn't. Poor
I
Pete.
bet you that crypto show got a lot of views, dude.
Yeah, but you do look at their clips and they're not that impressive. The view counts aren't impressive there, which is why you're making a mountain out of a molehill with this thing. Barely, their show's not bigger than Tact's show. And now you're making their show bigger. There probably going to be a lot of people going to go watch that now.
Mm-hmm.
Because of this criticism of Donovan. You're making it bigger for them. Maybe now they will get checks and clicks and chicks. They don't need chicks.
I think
but
Spider's Lot might be onto something. I think they're after check chicks.
I don't think so, but okay. Some Czech loggers are, by the way, very good. All right, go ahead. I'm sure there's. Oh yeah, we got Mark Pulisic. Yeah, Mark's going to chime in again.
Look in the mirror and look at their last performances for the national team before they start talking shit.
Yeah, bad look. Can you imagine?
Pulisic's last performance with the men's national team. Did he play anything after the Gold Cup? I was pretty solid in that. Like player of the team, wasn't he? Man of the team, whatever.
Who's he criticizing? Landon Donovan played for the 2002 World Cup team.
What did Timmy do on his last? He led 2 goals against Trinidad and Tobago and didn't progress the 2018 World Cup.
Oh, those 2 fluke goals he had no chance of saving?
Yeah.
Also, Landon Donovan almost making the semifinals of the 2002 World Cup. Oh, they've done nothing.
Yeah.
They should look at their careers. They suck. They did nothing. Weah says they did nothing too. This is a bad look. This is taking a shit on history.
It's also not apples to apples because he says they should look at their last match. Well, their retiring age and look at how they played in their last match compared to
it's not apples to apples. Yeah.
25, 26-year-olds playing in the prime for some of the best teams in Italy at the point.
That's like a half-wits argument. Well, they should look at the last game they played. Well, I've got to tell you, buddy, Pulisic hasn't played his last game for the U.S. men's national team. So we got to wait till he's like 33 or 34 for that to happen, you moron. And why are you such a fucking helicopter fucking parent that you didn't have the absolute like self-knowledge and the self-instinct to say, I shouldn't be on this segment. My son is old enough to defend himself. I'm not doing this. It's embarrassing, and I'm not doing it. But since I'm all up my own son's asshole constantly, daily, and I can't get out of it because I'm so fucking wrapped up in it, I'm worse than Claudio Reyna times 10. Yes, he's a problem. I think that Christian Pulisic needs to run far away from this guy. Get out of this guy's scope and his because he's revolving like the sun. Like the earth around the sun. Like, get away from your son. Let him be a man and deal with it himself. This looks horrible. Sorry. I have never asked my daddy to come defend me at my workplace when I got written up for whatever because I used a curse word on a phone call with a customer. And not in a mean way either. We were just kind of having a shits and giggles talk. He said, you cannot. Oh, well, here, look, I got my dad on the phone. You talk to him. He's got a word or two for you about that. Here, talk to my daddy. Nobody does that at the age 26. Nobody asks their daddy to defend them. This is horrible look. Horrible look. And if you're dad, you should have enough fucking self like, you should know yourself good enough and not be a selfish helicopter dad, where you, of course, are looking for the limelight, because Daddy Pulisic is definitely likes the limelight. You should be less selfish and say, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Let Christian talk about it. You want to interview Weah? Fine. I personally don't think we should address this at all. Let's let Fluffy die in the backyard where she's buried. But no, because he wants to be a rock star, because he never was. Mark Pulisic, at best, was an indoor soccer star. Okay? Indoor soccer. Okay? But now he's got a star son and he's trying to live through him. It's kind of disgusting, actually. It's
I think the B-roll that they've decided to cut from that segment was when Mark goes on to talk about, I've seen Landon Donovan's U8 AYSO, matches, and his trapping was horrible, and he had a weird haircut. It's just like, come on, dude. Some of the dumbest things.
Colin says
they're shooting themselves in their own feet when they do this shit.
Colin says the dad is the issue, not CP. Listen, that might be true, but you know what I would have done at the age 26 if my dad rolled up and said, hey, your boss, I heard, had a little bit of a thing to say, or there were some critics of you in the newspaper, because that happened in my 30s, right? Because I was involved with preservation, and I had some big old companies, some development companies, CEOs coming after me. That'd be like my dad rolling up to Bloomington one day and saying, I'm here for the hearing today, and I'm going to speak on your behalf and for you. I would say, Dad, go fucking drive back to Noblesville, motherfucker. You don't know the issues. B, I don't need my daddy here because I know the issues. I can handle this. And I'm a grown man. My dad would never do anything like that, number one, because my dad didn't seek the spotlight. And this is the worst part of it. Mark Pulisic is seeking spotlight. And he's doing, by the way, all these conferences all over the country. I don't know if you know this. Lawless told me about it. And he mentioned it on the show. Yeah, he's making money off this. He's been invited to all these big soccer conferences as a speaker. He's getting paid for that because he's Pulisic's daddy. This guy never got the limelight during his career because he was a small-time indoor soccer player, a very good one, but still small-time. That was a very niche product back then. So, like, him seeking the spotlight now is disgusting to me. Like, get off my screen, dude. Get off my screen. If we want to do the parts of the Pulisic show where it's like how the family and Pulisic all worked through his evolution and his growth all the way through Europe and in Dortmund, I'm totally cool with that. But don't get daddy on for this. Do not do that. Horrible look. Disgusting look. And you're right about this, Colin. CP doesn't have big enough balls right now. That's the only thing I'd lay on him to tell his daddy to go away. And that's also in daddy, and you're absolutely right. Daddy doesn't know he does need to go away. He needs to go away and stop being daddy, protecting his child, because he's not a child. All right. This really irritates me, as you can see. Sorry. It does. Yeah.
Well, we're going to do some... we're still on this topic. This topic's not going to go away right now, so let's continue talking about
Holy Christ. I think we covered most of it, but
every time Pulisic talks, he makes it worse. The entitlement, the whininess makes him very unlikable.
Yep. I hope this turns around. Yep. Blah, 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 blah. All right, next one.
Yeah, I didn't agree about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next one, because we got a lot of these, obviously.
Oh, there are a lot of them we're going to be flipping through pretty quickly, but
so we'll read them. Just like we're not alone here. I'm feeling like this.
Yeah.
Adam saying that the criticism is. Yeah, go ahead.
Tyler Adams was questioned about players of the past questioning the present program, which I don't understand. What's the issue with Hurt Gomez, Alexi Lalas, Eric Ronaldo, Landon Donovan, Tim Howard, if they've become pundits, what is the issue with them criticizing this generation? Have they gone over the top? Have they been racist? Have they attacked the player personally? Or have they been talking mainly about soccer? I guess Howard did attack Pulisic personally due to politics once. Yep. And sure, Pulisic can go question him about that, even though Pulisic is free to also attack Howard and his politics. That's the good thing about the U.S. You still can do that. But let's see what Tyler Adams had to say.
We'll come back to that in a second. I guess I don't know how long you want to go into that, but
I really don't. And Tyler's handling this a lot better. He's saying, listen, I know that's their job. Basically, I'm going to sum up this paragraph, and that's what they're going to do. I don't understand why they're treating this like it's a disaster, but you know what? It's what they're going to say, and that's fine. That's basically what Adam says in this paragraph. And we're just going to have to learn to live with it and be big boys. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what you need to do. You better get on the phone to your friend CP and tell him, hey, CP, A, get your dad off your fucking show, and B, let's stop talking about this because it's not helping. It's getting worse.
Well, I think ultimately, they've all experienced the woes of playing in Europe when getting on the bad side of the media or fans. But I think where this really hits home, outside of the fact that, they either played or idolized some of these players, and that always hurts. But I think the issue is that U.S. soccer has the media, punching with kids' gloves when it comes to asking what questions they can ask, whether or not they're going to be called back in next time to do so. And they're just used to, I guess, the media just rolling with the team and not necessarily bashing them.
Brett, this is so hypocritical on Pulisic's part and everybody's part, because look at this. Yes, AC Milan fans have been very, for good reason, kind and gentle and supportive of Pulisic. Yeah. When he was at Chelsea, he got fucking hammered, absolutely hammered by Chelsea fans, Pulisic. Did Daddy show up in a single video defending Pulisic against all those nasty Chelsea fans? Hell no, he didn't.
It's because he's the golden boy of the United States right now.
Hell no, he didn't.
Shouldn't be happening local, home side.
Why didn't Daddy Pulisic stand up for baby boy Pulisic at Chelsea? Why does he think it's okay to do it at the U.S. men's national team, but doesn't want to touch it when it's Chelsea? Why do you think that is?
Well, just, my personal opinion, I said he's the golden boy of the United States, so he feels he has sway.
Because the U.S. men's national team soccer mainstream media is owned. They are pussies. They are mostly owned by U.S. soccer.
Yeah, that's why I said to start the conversation.
And that's changing.
Kid gloves.
Right? That's changing now. They're seeing the change. That scares them. Looks a lot more like Chelsea all of a sudden.
But is the change happening with the media, or is it happening more with the pundits and even the former players that are now kind of YouTubers or podcasters? You're seeing it there, but are you seeing it in the presser still?
I'm seeing some more harsher comments from even like guys like Jeff Carlisle, right? I didn't see that before. So I think everybody is being critical of the U.S. men's national team, much more, even the mainstream guys are. And this is their pushback. This is Mark Pulisic and the Pulisic family saying, we are soccer royalty. You can't fuck around with us and screw us in the butt like they did at Chelsea. Because their Chelsea is much bigger than Pulisic ever is. But Pulisic's the biggest thing going in U.S. soccer. And they're pushing back and saying, don't screw with us.
Yeah.
We're the biggest thing here. Well, they're going to learn a very sad thing. There's no such thing. The team is bigger than any individual player. And Daddy, regardless, that would have looked bad at Chelsea, and it looks bad here. So Daddy made a good decision to stay out of Chelsea because he knew if he came out and said that, well, Pulisic was at Chelsea, he got his ass ripped apart online. Okay?
I'm sorry. After the whole GeoGate, I think U.S. Soccer should absolutely be ruling in the helicopter parents.
Yes.
Hey, Mark, I understand that you don't like former players bashing your son, but dude, shut the fuck up.
Don't you think at some point after the first 2 episodes where they introduced his childhood and how he grew into Dortmund and how his dad helped him there and moved there with him and all that, don't you think after he turns 18, 19, 20 years old, Daddy should be back home and not been involved in interviews that regard criticism? Yes. Daddy should be done defending son at the point where son is a man. Defend yourself. Defend yourself. Don't need Daddy.
Nate mentions that Tony and Jimmy brought up the fact that U.S. Soccer completely threw Pulisic under the bus, and if they didn't, we literally wouldn't all be divided. As he corrects.
Absolutely true, and we said it on this show too.
When it happened, came out.
We said it the day it happened. That yes, this was a completely mishandled situation from day one. And with Pulisic going on Timmy and Landon's show and just hammering away about great players always want to play for their country over and over and over and over again. And that you got to be a lame son of a bitch, which he didn't say, but he certainly intimated it. If you don't want to show up and play for your national team. And U.S. Soccer are complicit in this disaster. Absolutely. But the disaster had subsided. It was over. It was done. Pulisic came on. He had his say after they fucked him in the butthole. Okay? Metaphorically, of course. Verbally. On multiple shows. Poach and interviews. Poach hammered Pulisic in the butthole. We all knew who he was talking about. Pulisic came on Jimmy's show, said his piece. We all thought it wasn't very good response. Wasn't great. Should have done it better. Could have done something better, but at least it revealed some details. It should be over. And now we got a fucking show on it. We got a whole fucking show on Paramount. And the wounds are reopened. What a fucking disaster this is. Such a disaster. Next clip.
So from text comment about the entitlement of Dwayne, this is people being very unlikable. And we kind of talked about this pre-show.
Same clip.
But I said, no, I know that. I'm going to my quote. But I said the bulk of the fan base will be quick to forget if the team strings together some quality performance, especially during the World Cup. Most don't follow the drama except for us lucky ones who reside on social.
I think the problem with that, Brett, is it's a long time to the World Cup. And we got plenty of friendlies to fuck up from between here and now. Then.
Or start to correct the ship.
You could.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that's going to happen. I don't see it happening immediately.
Well, that's why I said if the team strings together some quality performances, especially in the World Cup. So these friendlies leading up. And when I talked about, let's just say Pulisic goes out there, bags a brace against Japan, and notches an assist against South Korea.
Ain't happening.
Derek, I said, let's say. It's hypotheticals, Derek.
That's not happening, though. But, okay, let's say. Let's pretend that in that magical world.
The whole argument here is a hypothetical, Derek.
I just don't think that's going to happen.
Let's help string together. That's fine. You don't think it's going to happen.
I think it could be like a bunch of different players scoring. But it's not going to be like all Pulisic, you know?
But the point being is that Pulisic plays well, bags a goal or an assist or a brace or 5 hat tricks. Doesn't fucking matter. The point being is if he's playing well and the team's playing well, the bulk of fans are going to start that healing process immediately. There are going to be some of us who are jaded that are going to hold on to this. Like, I don't trust it. Let's see what happens. Move forward.
I'm not denying that could happen, but I think it's more realistic that you and I go to that game in Columbus versus Japan and we lose.
Sure.
I do. I think
Sure.
that's more realistic.
No, that's perfectly feasible. Even if you took this squad in their prime, playing against Japan or even South Korea for the matter, 100%. It's very possible that we are going to lose those games.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's also very possible we're going to see a giant chunk, or at least a chunk of the Berhalters, etc. players on that team. They won't start probably, but they'll be there.
If fucking injured, then yes, of course.
Yeah, if Jedi's not ready in early September yet, and Des gets injured sometime before then, it's going to be ugly in Columbus. That's all I got to say. It's going to be ugly. We'll be there, folks. So if you see us there, say hi. All right.
Yeah, we won't see Bambi, though. Bambi won't be there for sure. For Sweeten.
Nope.
He's probably going to miss. I mean, he will. Let me rephrase this. He's going to miss the September and the October window.
Yep.
100% guaranteed.
Yep, for sure.
So,
yep.
Gives,
I want to be on board with the positive take for sure, but I do think that 70-30, we're going to lose to Japan. I just think they're a better technical club, and there's too much negativity in our club right now. It's too much.
I'm hoping the players take the negativity and they apply it properly. Like, hey, fuck you. I'll show you heart. You know, that type of thing.
I hope you're right, Brett. I mean, I
hope I'm right.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Hoping,
I'm hoping it works that way.
You know, hope is a problem, though. You know, hoping is never a good solution. But
yeah, this goes with what Dom says here. You know, a whole bunch of from promising from promising better days to skipping your team or skipping on your team when things got even worse after Copa. And that's basically a quote from Pulisic saying, a U.S. men's national team star, Christian Pulisic, makes better days promise to fans after disappointing Copa America exit.
Yeah.
We haven't experienced him yet. That Jamaica game's the only better days I've seen.
What was Winston Churchill's always his philosophy was under promise and over deliver.
Yeah.
This is over promising and hoping to deliver. I just rather say, hey, listen, we got a lot of things to fix. So we're going to get together. We're going to try to fix them, and we're going to try to turn this around. I would not say, and did he say hope for better days? Hope?
Makes better day promise to fans after disappointing.
I hope so, but anyhow, you could warp that quote any way you want because he did say better days.
Yeah.
But he did say it in a different. I remember the comment, and I think he just sort of plucked that from it. But yeah, okay, yeah. A documentary about Christian Pulisic is ridiculous. He's someone who A, is still playing, B, has an unremarkable career so far. I don't know about that. I think
he's referring to the national team because he does talk about he's had a decent career in Europe.
I'd say it's been somewhat remarkable. The teams he's playing for, the team he is playing for right now is, it's a storied club. He is the most vanilla person ever. Yeah. I mean, he's not Muhammad Ali. All right. Let's just put it that way. He's had a decent career in Europe. He's been pretty good for the national team. I think that's a fair description. I think he has been pretty good for the national team. I really do.
Speaking of the national team, good friend of the show, Lauren Stockery, had stated that Christian Pulisic's only played in 51% of the matches he's been eligible to play for the national team.
He's correct.
Well, it's a factual statement. Although I think the tone he was applying that in indicated that he's missed more games than he could play in.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, in Pulisic's defense, 10 to 12 of those games that were missed were 2 Gold Cups that Greg and BJ never included him in.
Exactly.
Most of his absences were either early in his career, around the 2018 era,
and
injured, Camp Cupcakes, Gold Cups. Of course, 8 of them were this summer from the 6 Gold Cup and 2 friendlies, which are the only ones I think we can criticize him for.
Yep, I'd agree with you.
Like 4 or 5% of the games that he missed, we can say, dude, that was fucked. If you want. The rest of them were like, okay, either you are spottedly going to be included in the squad when he's young, or he's been injured, or it's games he's just not being included in.
Right. All right. For the almost 300 of you here now, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma on both X and YouTube. All right. Alexi.
Yep.
Maybe we don't need to play all the Alexi clips. Because that's just what he said. They're evil, but you respect them. Landon Donovan was on the bet. Yeah, this is exactly.
Before we I guess if we're not going to do the video clip, let's just address each one of these as we go down.
Yes,
because you it's kind of an oxymoron to say that somebody's evil, but you respect them.
No, it is, and that's what Alexi said on the show. If people are evil, you don't respect evil.
Yeah,
that's why the word evil, which we absolutely discussed earlier in the show, was a horrible word to use.
Maybe, maybe even if you do opt to keep the word evil, maybe you say I respected them up until a set point or something like that.
But no, they're evil and you still respect them. Horrible comment to make. We already addressed that earlier in the show. Landon Donovan was on the best U.S. World Cup team in history. I said that earlier. 2002. We nearly made the semifinals, but for a handball that wasn't called. And don't bring your dad in the fight. Like, it's so weird to read this. Like, I was doing show prep, and I was kind of thinking about, the whole thing, and I'm like, and then I clicked on this. I'm like, damn, like we're point by point. We're just the same. It's exactly. Now, I don't know if he would embellish and didn't as much as I did about the daddy thing. But yeah, don't bring your dad to the fight. Don't do it. This makes you look soft. The thing you're whining about being criticized for, click, well played. So yeah, we also said this in the show. Like, yeah, he clicked on it and he watched it. And he's saying, well done. You got me to click on it. You're accusing me of being a clickbait artist. And guess what you're doing? You're a provocateur of clickbait now. Because this was dead and buried. Fluffy was dead, buried in the backyard. And now Fluffy is being revived. Or not revived. Just dug out of the backyard. So, yeah, I think Alexi gets it right here. He's 100% right. And I had all these thoughts, and then I see that we agree on almost all of them, and I'm thinking, what's going on with Alexi? Like, why are we agreeing this much? It's kind of weird.
One of us.
He's changed. I'm sorry. I think in the last year, Alexi Lawless has changed quite a bit on his soccer takes. I think he, after going on Tack Show, our show, a bunch of different shows, he's like, yeah, you know what? I can't really be the provocateur that I was before, the troll, the purposeful troll, right? Although he is clapping for Pulisic and Paramount saying, hey, you got me to click, so I guess it worked. Yeah. But are you proud of yourselves? And are you proud that Daddy had to step in to do this too? As if Pulisic's 17 or 15 years old or something? It's crazy town. That's crazy town. I mean, can you imagine, Brett, you having some sort of conflict and, I don't know, wherever, at work or whatever, and you call your dad, and you're like, hey, Dad, can you call the principal? Hey, Dad, can you call the principal and tell him I'm a really good person and that they suck and they're dumb?
Yeah.
I mean,
usually works the other way. The principal's the one to give him the call. Luxia says Pulisic's a world champion and Champions League winner with Chelsea. He's had a better European career than any other American in history. I don't think Derek or I
we don't disagree with that.
We've definitely gone on record saying that Pulisic's his club career is like the peak of
the best
national team, 100%. And quite frankly, I made the comment. We brought up the comment. I even defended Pulisic as far as missing 51%, or he's only made 51% of his games that he's been eligible for.
Right.
God, could you imagine if he, at 26, already has notched in 150 plus games for the U.S. men's national team?
Oh, he'd be limping around constantly.
Yeah, and he's on par to passing Donovan's and Dempsey's scoring record.
Yeah.
If he continues the route he's going, he's gonna surpass him. And like I said, just imagine if he had 50%, more than 150 games, where he would be. I don't think any of us, for the most part, are criticizing Pulisic's what he's done for the national team.
Yeah,
we're criticizing certain aspects of his off-field presence.
Yeah, agreeing to this deal with Paramount should have come with parameters and should have been more thoughtful, and should not have included Mark Pulisic after the development stage. Should not include his boyfriend. I mean, his longtime. I'm not saying that there's a sexual relationship there at all. I just say boyfriend is in, like, that's his best buddy or whatever that he's known since his childhood, that's been living with him for however long, that's doing the filming. Like, that all looks really bad. These people are really too close to you to be commenting on this issue. Like, that was so, listen, this is the funny thing. Their one throw-in in that part of the show was Tony Meola. And even Tony Meola's pissed off about being used in that part of the show to defend their commentary and criticism of the pundits. He was livid today. Absolutely livid. He was used that way. So, I'm sorry. Now you're losing everybody, even Tony Meola. I don't think you've lost Tony Meola. I just think Tony Meola thought that sucked. And you did a shitty job. And if Tony Meola thinks that, and he's been one of your biggest supporters and backers, maybe it is time for you to look in the mirror and stop listening to the dumbass producers at Paramount who are filming this bullshit, and the 15-year-old kid who's filming it. I guess he's 20 or 2 or whatever. But, I mean, he's a child. He's a child filming this. And there's no producer on set or no advisor on set, I would imagine, saying, yeah, no, cut, no, this ain't going on the show. Not happening. This is bad. No, there's some Paramount guy looking at the footage going, oh, ooh, look at that clip. Yeah, let's put that. Oh, no, we need to interview Mark too. We need to okay, let's see if Mark will do an interview. Let's add that in there too. Now, this is juicy stuff. Let's see if Mark will do it. Oh, yep. Hey, Mark, we just got this clip from Tony Meola. We're going to add to this. And then we interviewed your son about the whole Howard and Donovan, and maybe, a little lawless stuff in there you didn't like. Hey, would you do an interview with our guys? Oh, I knew you would, because you're such a cock-sucking fucking helicopter fucking dad, you piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Are you still willing to do it?
I said the quiet part out loud there.
Oh, you're still willing to do it, even though I just called you all those names? Okay, cool. All right, we'll be there in a half hour. We'll set up the cameras, and we'll interview you, and you'll get to defend your son, who's just a little boy, right? Because he needs your help. You got to come in and help, right? You got to helicopter in. You got to say these things. Oh, my God, Brett. It's just, this is insane. Like, this was dead. Like, no, we were done talking about it. Yes. Like, everyone was done talking about it. It's just
everybody's moving on to the upcoming seasons.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is crazy town, man. It's like self-ignition.
I feel like
let's light ourselves on fire.
Yeah, Pulisic already has 33 goals for the U.S. men's national team. And what was Donovan's record? Is it like 52 or 58 or something like that?
Yeah. BMR says, there goes Mark Pulisic coming on the straight red card. We would never have a piece of shit like that guy on our show. Ever. And I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't call him a piece of shit, but he seems rather self-serving and like a guy that really, and it's not just Lawless talking about it. I mean, there are a lot of people are saying he is living off his son's success and doing all these speaking gigs, right? Because he's the father of Christian Pulisic. So
Derek, maybe you need to take a hard look inside and just reevaluate how you played on your last match.
I played really poorly. I was not good.
My last match, I blew out my knee.
My last match, we played the state final, and we were completely outnumbered in the midfield because we played a 3-1, 3-3. The other team played a 4-4-2, and we got completely flooded in the midfield. We'd never seen it all season, and yeah, I played bad. I'm just owning up to it. It was not my best. There were always two guys on me. I'd never had that on my plate before. Two people on me. So, all right. This is a real problem. Read the room. We're 300 days from a home World Cup at a time when we should be excited, confident about what next summer can bring. Instead, there's apathy, concern. RE, the U.S. men's national team. Learn the lessons from the women's team. America want to like you, so let them. Yeah, I've seen so much more positivity around the women's team now. It's kind of going back to being what it was, and that's good. It's less political. It's less blah, 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 blah. It's soccer. Like, how are they playing on the field? And I don't care where you stand politically. When I watch sports, honestly, I don't really want to get politics because I watch that all day. Like, I do politics. Like, I know people. Yeah. So
for most fans, sports are escapism. It's
a part
zone out,
of
get out of.
Yes,
get out of the world.
I'm not saying we should play sports and let racism happen. No, that should be something we shut down. Racism's bad. And yes, some of those things were good, where we were trying to stop certain things from happening, and that is positive. But I don't want to be lectured to when I tune into a game. No, I don't. I get that all day because I was involved with politics for 20 years. Deep in. And to be honest, you can look it up already. The Democratic Party. I'm now an independent. And when I come on, I don't want to listen to a lot of politics anymore. So it is what it is. Yeah. All right. So yeah, there we go. And I don't know.
Do you want to go with this?
Don't think so, except for the last one I sent you.
Oh, right.
I like the summary he gives at the end.
Okay, 1 second.
Actually, he gives the summary at the beginning too. So it's the same clip from the first part and the last one that I get.
Okay, so just watch the intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
You respect us? That makes no sense at all. Who brings their dad?
We can't see it.
You should be.
That's right. Can you hear it though?
Yep.
Doing anything and everything to look good, to get into the good graces of an American public that is dying to love you. Each and everything that you do that possibly puts you in a negative light and makes you look like the babies or the weaklings that you are accusing others of labeling you as, that's a problem.
There we go. And I think that summed it up pretty well. This is all kind of curling back because, Brent, I don't know about your feed. My feed on X today was Pulisic clip, Pulisic clip, Pulisic clip.
Oh, 100%. That's why when you send me the, you're like Sargent this and Geo that on the title, I'm like, no, dude, we're going to do the Pulisic thing. So, I mean, that's what we're going to spend all of our time on.
Well, can we do the Geo thing real quick?
Well, after we, Geo's the last like 3 or 4 of these things.
How many more fucking things are we going to talk about?
They're going to be
All
quick.
Right. Oh,
Max,
okay.
It's good to see them fire back. No more Mr. Nice Guys.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to see Max think that this is firing back. If it is firing back, it's certainly with muskets that have been in the rain too long and have lost their powder, has lost its juice, right? I just think this was a poor firing back. I think it's good to see you fire back if it's just Pulisic talking about it and being very sensible about it. That's not what we got, Max, unfortunately. And
well, it's the delivery, not necessarily the message. It's the delivery of the message.
I mean,
like if you want, it'd be one thing if Pulisic just flat out came in. I mean, he kind of did it on Jimmy's show initially, but maybe not even that so many words. But just simply say, hey, they're welcome to their own opinion. I think they're incorrect. But I'm here to play soccer, whatever, something like that. Just keep it simple, direct, say you disagree with him, you don't agree with him, move on.
Haven't they already fired back a couple months ago, 3 months? I mean,
well, here's the problem though, is that they fired back and then Donovan had his follow-up.
Well, it was horrible, yeah.
And I would guarantee you that this came back immediately after that. But then the problem is they delivered it too late. That's over a month ago, month and a half.
Yeah.
Like you said, like we've been saying all day, people have moved on.
And good to see them. Like you're including Mark Pulisic in the them, Max? That was not good.
I think he's just referring to Timmy and Pulisic.
I don't think using evil was a really good way to go either for Weah. I think that was an opportunity lost. I would have been fine with them firing back if it didn't come off as so goddamn sensitive about it. It like an acknowledgement, like, yeah, we get it. People are going to criticize us. We get it. Former players are pundits now, and they got like what fucking Adam said. I get it. They're going to have their opinions, and it's just our job to move on and do the best we can as a team. Like, but that's
what he was saying. Oh my God, let's move on.
Yes. So, but that's not what they said, and that's not what happened. Former U.S. men's national team coach Greg Berhalter also joined the latest episode of the Docuseries Speak About Last Summer's Copa America. It was a complete disaster from start to finish. We got a red card in the Panama game. In the Uruguay game, we had some pretty questionable refereeing. Anytime you fail like that, you're accountable, and you leave yourself. He says you're accountable, even though he just blamed it on bad refereeing and a red card. Okay. And that's coaching at the highest level. After becoming the first host country to get knocked out from Copa America, the group stage, Berhalter was sacked. Coaches can be on the tough end of it because they're the ones who can get sacked quickly. And that's not the case for the players who got the red card and played crappily against Uruguay and got some bad calls from a referee. Christian Pulisic said after the situation, I guess. That sounds like a whole lot of fucking excuse making to me, but all right, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least Pulisic is indicating that it wasn't necessarily a Greg Berhalter issue, more so than a player issue in that Copa. But is he throwing Timmy under the bus by saying that?
Yes. He is, but he's not going to use Timmy's name.
Oh, of course not. He'll lump everybody in there. Hey, we all sucked.
So, yeah. I mean, listen. He got a lot of the players who defended, not all of them, but a good chunk of them who were big Berhalter defenders for a long time. So, I mean, not aggressively, but some of them were and some of them weren't. So, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's your coach, so you suck it up and you suck his dick when you can. All right.
Transfer news.
Okay, I don't have to play the whole thing.
Jesus Christ. Source. Oh, God. All right. So I've been told now at least 7 times that this guy makes shit up. I don't know. I've been told in public, on X, where you can see it, and I've been told in private. So this guy apparently makes stuff up. I don't know him. He doesn't follow me. I don't know if I follow him. I don't know. But he came up on my feed. Source, Gio Reyna's move to Parma still being negotiated. Could be true. There's a
bunch of articles, people talking about that.
Sure.
Why do you have to even leave out source? He might have a source, but everybody knows it already.
He didn't have a source. There's currently no urgency from either side to give into the price. He won't be included in the Pokal, true, next week if he's still with the squad. There are still plan B options, and this is where he shits his pants completely by making up shit that doesn't exist. And not happening. Alone ain't happening.
Yeah.
Not alone, no. And he don't want to go to MLS. He and his agent aren't interested in MLS. That's last ditch.
Let's not skate over the loan option here, because a lot of people are bringing this as an idea up. Oh, he could get loaned out for 6 months, or he can get loaned to MLS. I'm like, well, wait a second. This is his last year of his contract of Dortmund. What is Dortmund going to gain from a loan?
Yeah, he goes to DC United, scores 2 goals and has 3 assists. Oh, that's going to help him get a new contract. And then the worst thing, he says lower level Bundesliga. I'm guessing, my first thought was lower level, he means 2 Bundesliga, but I guess he could mean like the lower half of the table.
Gladbach. You can join up with Scally.
No, that's not lower level. Gladbach's not that bad. He's talking like Hoffenheim level, okay?
Sure.
None of the teams in the lower level of Bundesliga can get close to the offer that Parma just made. So no, that is not an option. Not an option.
Well, I mean, if those teams could or wanted to, they would be vying against Parma for his services. And of course, we also know from his agent stated that he wants out of Bundesliga.
You don't want to play in Germany anymore.
So maybe that's why nobody in Germany is vying for his services. But I mean, otherwise, you'd expect that if there were teams that are interested in the lower level of Bundesliga, that we would see those $8, $9, $10 million bids coming through.
Well, you're not going to get those kind of bids from the lower level of the Bundesliga. It's going to have to come from the Stuttgarts and the teams in the top 6 at best. And those offers are not coming. And by the way, I have reached out multiple times to some of my friends. Okay, they're not friends. My contacts. I've reached out to Transfer Market. I've reached out to friends of. Anyway, I can't tell you who. That's not. I'm stupid. I'm just going to tell you who I'm talking to. That's not a good idea. The silence outside of Parma, the Parma thing on Gio Reyna, is deafening. Like, there is no shit happening. Nothing. It's quiet as a mouse farting in a giant church. There's nothing going on. Something is not right. Something here does not make sense to me at all. That there are no suitors for this dude. Derek has no friends. I'm very particular about who I'm friends with.
Yeah.
Very particular.
I
have like probably 6 really close friends. That's it. And I include Brett as one of them. Like somebody I talk to on a regular, almost everyday basis. I do not go beyond that.
I think Derek talks to me than he does his parents.
It's close. It's close. It's close. That's pretty true. There's my brother, my parents, you, my drummer, my former drummer, and a couple other music guys, Jeremy. Yeah. I'm pretty particular about who I hang out with and talk to. Anyhow, former teacher friend of mine. But breaking. Gio Reyna is in a Parma. Is in Parma. That's not true. Nearing close deal. This is another false one. He did that plane was not Giovanni Reyna. It was a different Giovanni. Different one.
Oh.
And Parma are in advanced talks to sign Jordan James. A 21-year-old midfielder is a key target. Discussions underway. Get the deal done. Yeah, I mean, listen, if Dortmund are being dicks about it, you're just going to say, well, okay, screw you. You just won't sell them then.
From what I've read in the comment section and everything, is that Jordan James is more of a defensive midfielder.
True, but still, it doesn't discount that Gio Reyna could still go there. But if you're the dude who posts up, hey, the plane's landed, Gio Reyna, he's in Parma, his agents and him. No, he wasn't. No, he's not. He's a 6. So.
Not necessarily competing.
No,
for Gio.
Not. But still.
They did just sign somebody who will be competing with Gio, but I mean, depending on how they play, there may obviously be 2 of that role.
The craziest thing is that all of us are here talking about one team. Parma. Something, and this is correct by Chambers. Something's wrong here. Something's off. There's one team interested.
Well, he also doesn't believe the numbers. He doesn't think that the numbers are probably accurate from what's being reported. From what Parma's willing to pay and where Dortmund's at. And
then there were the Rangers rumors. I wouldn't put too much wood on that fire. I would not put too much wood on that fire.
I thought I saw somebody from the Rangers team that said there's no truth behind it.
Yes.
Like it may have been just a fan, but I mean when you follow your club that closely, I mean you hear the rumors before everybody else will.
You think Rangers are going to throw down $12 million or something like that for Gio Reyna? Not what Rangers does.
Pounds, yeah.
Not what Rangers does. Very rarely are they doing that. So they're more likely to take a loan for a Tillman type, right? And we've seen other Americans play for Rangers on loan. But $14 million, not happening. That's not what Rangers do. Former U.S. Wonder Kid Freddy Adu spoke about Gio Reyna's situation, saying, that was my story, man. I'm laughing right now. Oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. This kid is still, even though he's older, so self-involved. Like, has no inner ear and inner consciousness. He's laughing right now because that was my story. I was struggling to find playing time at the club level when I was in Europe. And anytime I got a chance to be on the national team, I ended up playing some of my best games. Okay. Hey, dude, let me ask you this, Freddie. You ever play at Dortmund and be one of the stars, young stars, on a team, on the second best team in Germany? Alongside players like Bellingham and Erling Haaland? And be touted by the media as one of the best young players of the future? No. You were touted here We loved you here. People wrote big articles about you here. People thought you had potential. But don't forget that Gio Reyna was touted as one of the best 10 youth players in the world at one point. Okay? And you're not him. You never played at Dortmund. You never contributed in your early years like that to a big-ass European team. You are not him. You are confused comparing yourself to him. I'm glad you feel for him, though. So I will give you that. But no, don't go comparing yourself to Gio Reyna. He's already did more in his career already in Europe than you ever did. Period. Okay? Go back to the vacuum. Oh, no, I should have said that. All right. Julian Vivas for $199. Is what MLS transfer rumor said true on X? No.
Referring to Gio, and yeah, we kind of talked about that. I wonder if
absolutely not. And do not trust that account ever. They don't know. They're fucking throwing spaghetti or shit against the wall and hoping it sticks. Whereas on this show, we only deliver you information if we got a back seat and we actually know what we're talking about. And we've got a track record you can go check because we don't get it wrong. But other people who named MLS transfers, they can't do their actual name, MLS transfers, because they're guys already like Tom Don't Bogart that joint, my friend, who got that covered. He's got that covered. If it's going on MLS, Tom Bogart's got it. You don't need MLS transfers. So you can unfriend him or stop watching him if you want to. Because he's useless. He's useless.
That took a dark turn there in the end.
What? I'm telling you to defriend him? No, and you can if you want to because he's got nothing to offer.
Sean the non-believer.
Well, dude, he's pumping out blatant lies about Sargent and Reyna. I got more information about Sargent than he's ever known. And he's pumping out bullshit about Sargent. He doesn't know anything about Sargent. He doesn't know anybody who's connected to Sargent. He's not getting any details. Oh, well, the word is on the street. What street? What street? The word is out there. The word is from who? From who? You don't have to tell me specifically, but can you give me a general idea? The word is on the street. I don't like that. All right. So anyhow, no. What MLS transfer rumor said, it's not a rumor even. He wasn't even saying rumor. He just said the word on the street. I guess that's a rumor. Guess so. But yeah. Go back to MLS transfers. Oh, you can't because that's already covered by Tom Bogart. That joint, my friend. So, yeah. All right. What do we got? Anything else?
Have we finished? Did you finish reading the quotes here? Or?
Is it really worth it? I got frustrated. I got frustrated. I felt like I wasn't getting the opportunity when I was training well, so I did let myself get frustrated. So that's when ended up hurting me a lot. Coaches see this. They're not stupid. When they see that, it'll be used against you. It's like, why would I give you an opportunity when you're frustrated? You're sulking. You're in your own world. When guys are in front of you, you got to be in front and center, cheering the team on, and you have to be ready when you get your chance. With Gio, he needs to leave Dortmund. There's no ifs and or buts. He's right about that. He's got to go to a smaller team in Europe. Well, that's kind of the problem. He needs to go to a smaller one, but not too much smaller because otherwise they won't be able to afford him. I hope he stays in Europe. Yep, okay, you got all that right. I feel bad making fun of Freddy.
I was going to say, I mean, you start doing that accent, like you're letting the frustration get the better of you, Derek.
It's just don't compare yourself to Reyna. I just don't think it's the same. I really don't. Like, Dortmund's way bigger And Reina accomplished way more very young at Dortmund than Freddy ever accomplished anywhere. And I think there are a lot of injuries thrown in there too for Reina. That wasn't a thing for Freddy. Freddy, based on prior interviews we did on our past show, was more interested in playing FIFA than studying film and playing soccer. I think he admitted that in that famous article about, that's got to be like 7-8 years ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That article that came out where he's like, yeah, I was a lazy fucker. I didn't watch any film. Coach would send me film. I didn't watch it. I got bored. I was a little entitled. I mean, at least he was honest about it. I give him credit for that. He was honest about his own failings. So,
too far back here. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this rap sheet as far as where he's played.
Oh, Freddie.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Jimmy back on in 2012 after Jimmy just retired. You remember how Jimmy hammered him? Absolutely hammered Adu on her show, knowing it was going public on Big Soccer. He hammered him. He's like, yeah, while the rest of us are doing laps and running, he's running with the coaches and having a good time and a good jolly. God, I remember that interview like it was yesterday with Jimmy. Jimmy pulled no punches. I give him credit. All the way back in 2012, Jimmy Conrad. Say, no, that guy's, he didn't care about it. He was pretty entitled. He felt like, oh yeah, I'm fucking Freddy Adu. Of course I'm playing on the U.S. men's national team. So
this resume here reminds me of Zava from Ted Lasso. It's like he's played for 14 teams in 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's some breaks between those.
There's some, I mean, a lot of loans, a lot of free transfers, all within the same year.
Fucking second division in Finland.
I mean, yeah, he's all over the place. He's white traveled.
Never made a mark. And I don't know what he does to make a living anymore, because he didn't make enough as a player to ever live comfortably again. So, yeah, got to be a struggle. So, and I do like this because Hurt liked my reply to this too, but narrative voice, this is not your story. Correct, it is not. And this is what I said, and then Herc and I, yeah. So we're on the same page here. Yep.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
He wishes he had 10% of Gio's career.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Not the same. His story is not the same as Gio's story. And that's fine. I'm not like taking a giant shit on Freddie for that, but it was a very selfish perspective. It's the kind of same sort of selfish perspective that, say, Landon Donovan has when he says Pulisic shouldn't go to AC Milan. He needs to play in the MLS. It's just Pulisic isn't you, Landon Donovan. And by the way, Freddie, Gio Reyna ain't you either. Okay? Gio Reyna's done a lot more for the U.S. men's national team than you ever dreamed of. Okay? So, not the same story. Not the same narrative, and not the same conflicts, and not the same issues. Very different story going on here. There might be a few things that are the same, but not all. Not enough of them to say it's the same story. That's all. That's all I got. All right, for the 300 plus of you that were here tonight, make sure you like, subscribe, share with your grandma. We do appreciate it. It's getting late. This was a almost 3 hour show. It's a 3 hour show.
BMR is going to be in the chat soon saying, continue it.
Yeah, he's going to call us pussies. He's going to say, you pussies couldn't go 3 hours. I know he's going to do it. All right. We love you guys. We really do. And I like that I'm talking with a lot more of you on X, in private, public, both. It's been fun. I'm going to try to keep it up. Keep in mind, I work, and I'm not really a Twitter fiend, and I don't do it while I'm working. And so you'll get me in spurts, right? Spurts, lazy asses. I knew that was coming. You'll get me in spurts on Twitter. I'm not on there as much as you think I am. I do my thing and I get off. Whoa, this is
gets
good.
Off every night.
I do my thing and get off. So someone throw some super chats. No. All right, guys, we do love you. We will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy a weekend full of soccer. I know, like, my parents have like visitors coming, so I'm not going to my parents this weekend. I'm just gonna be sitting on my ass on the couch watching soccer all weekend. It's gonna be great. Until then, have a great weekend.
That hurt.
Blowjobs are a no for me.
It is a skill. It is a practice skill. It is a necessary skill. Ooh, great
The
blowjob.
secret to a great blowjob is saliva.
It's important for us to learn from this because I think we lose because we beat ourselves.
You need to swallow it too.
I understand the problem here.
The people don't understand esophagus is the main player of the game.
Try to stay away from it as much as I can.
You can start by licking the dimple.
I didn't understand it, but
Patrick Agyemang to Bambi or a newborn giraffe.